Petco Park, downtown San Diego. The Padres return after an 8-game road trip. An 8-game homestand begins tonight against the Milwaukee Brewers. And good evening, everyone. Dick Henberg, Mark Grant. You're smiling, aren't you? You're home.
Love to be home.
It's great to be home. The Padres 4-4 on that road trip, and the Bats certainly awakened, best in the National League for the last week, and in May hitting as well as any team. Now, will it transpose itself to Petco Park and the difficulties the teams had here? 7-14 at home. But on the other hand, the Brewers are 7-16 on the road, the worst record away from their home.
And it's something that the San Diego Padres have really hung their hat on the last few years, more than a handful of years, is the pitching. And the pitching has done a fine job against these Brewers right here at Petco Park.
And that includes their cleanup man, Prince Fielder. He alone can rip up a ballpark, as we have seen 200 home runs already. But against Padre pitching,
how do they have success against the big hitters like Prince Fielder and Ryan Braun? Well, they can spot the fastball, but remember, this is a team that likes to swing it. You take the sting out of the bat, you throw some off-speed stuff. We saw that strikeout from Mike Adams with off-speed stuff. Here at Petco Park, if they can carry that over tonight with Dustin Mosley, hopefully these numbers will hold up and the Padres can start a good streak here at home where they're well below 500.
Well, the fans have been faithful. They certainly rooted on the home team, and San Diego hopes to bring a reward tonight, get this homestand off to a winning start. Here's a pitching matchup, and it's a very interesting one tonight to open the series. Giovanni Gallardo, he has 9 home runs out of that pitcher spot in his young career. Hit one off Matt Latos last year. His record solid at 4-2. Dustin Mosley certainly pitched well enough to have more than one win. Let's see if he can garner number 2 tonight in his 9th start of the season. And our pitching matchup is brought to you by Discount Tire, where America saves on tires. On a cool night, temperature in the 50s and windy. We're ready to go. Brewers, Padres. And a look at the Padres starting pitcher profile as right-hander Dustin Mosley takes the hill. This profile brought to you by your San Diego County Cadillac dealer. Stop in for an attractive lease or purchase offer. The Cadillac dealer. 3.40 ERA. That is on the plus side. Major League competition. But 1 in 5, a reflection of the fact that he has had the poorest run support in all of the major leagues, 1.5 runs per start. Hopefully, he says, all that good hitting and run production on the road trip will fall in his lap tonight.
And I think a big key for the right-hander, Dustin Mosley, is just this: strikes early so he can throw balls later. What I mean by that, get ahead, right, so you can throw your secondary pitches, and hopefully these Brewers will swing out of the zone. He can expand that zone and get outs via the strikeout.
Ron Renneke, the skipper of the Milwaukee Brewers in his first year, and here's the lineup he sends against Dustin Mosley, Ricky Weeks, Corey Hart, and Ryan Braun, the left fielder. 308 average. Prince Fielder hits cleanup. He's got 9 home runs. Casey McGee at third base. Mark Kotsay, former Padre, hits 6th in center field. Unieski Betancourt, the shortstop. Jonathan LaCroix, the leading hitter for the Brewers, 326. He's in the midst of an 8-game hitting streak, batting .414. LaCroix. And Gallardo, he has 5 hits and 21 at bats, including a home run, and has 9 home runs. He's a career .220 hitter, so it's almost as if you're playing an American League team with a DH with Gallardo in that opening lineup. Ricky Weeks, 301 hitter, will be the first man Mosley faces. The right-hander, 29 years of age, from Texarkana, Arkansas. And we're ready to go at Petco on a breezy, cool mid-May night.
Now, I'm not the only one with a smile on my face, Professor. I saw you smiling. You're happy to be home.
Oh,
you got to admit it.
Yeah, well, about halfway through the road trip, I would have been happy to be home. First pitch of the game is in there for a strike. Weeks has been on a bit of a tear, 8-game streak. Leads the club in hits with 50, and his average at 301. So he's off to a terrific start. But he does strike out 41 times, more than any other Brewer, and he falls behind 2 strikes.
Yeah, not your prototypical leadoff guy. When I think of leadoff guys back in the day, Otis Nixon, Brett Butler, guys that were like pests. Well, Ricky Weeks has that pop in the bat, but like you said also, 0-2, see if you can put him away.
Tries to go up the ladder, 1-2. Yeah, Weeks would be hitting maybe 5 or 6 in a lot of lineups. There's Renneke. Outside 2-2. Renneke and the opposing manager over in that first base dugout, Buddy Black, were co-coaches with Mike Scioscia with the Angels in 2002 when they won the World Series. The 2-2 pitch. Misses away, so Weeks, from 2 strikes down, has worked the count full with Corey Hart on deck.
Well, I would love to see Dustin Mosley be economical with his pitches, maybe go into the 7th inning with about 70 pitches or so. Haven't seen that in a while.
Struck him out. Good fastball. Disposes Weeks. 1 away. And a look at the San Diego defense tonight, featuring Headley at third, Bartlett and Gonzalez up the middle, Hop at first base. By the way, Orlando Hudson will come off the DL tomorrow. Ludwig, who leads the majors in assists with 7 in left field, Patterson in center, and Denorfia in right. Kyle Phillips gets a start behind the plate, and he just receives a slider outside, ball 1. Hart batting .241. 58 at bats, but look at no home runs for this big guy. He's late on that swing. Ryan Braun moves into the on deck circle, one of the game's best. Chopped out in front of the plate. That's going to be a very tough play for Phillips, and he throws it into right field, backed up wisely by Gonzalez, the second baseman. That curveball just smothered for a perfect swinging bunt infield hit for Corey Hart.
You know, you're right. Corey Hart's one of those guys, when you look at his physique, you're thinking he's going to hit it 500 feet. He tops this one. It's a little roller, and thank goodness Gonzalez, everybody can be somewhere. Look at, even in right field, did you see that? Chris Denorfia backing up as well. But the errant throw goes to the second baseman to keep Hart at first.
Yeah, that could have been disastrous if Gonzalez doesn't back it up. That ball's down in the bullpen.
Absolutely.
And who knows how far Hart would have run. So Braun comes up with a made aboard, hitting .308, leading the team and the league in home runs with 12. 33 runs batted in. And he takes a strike as Marty Foster, the plate umpire, barks it out. Brewers took 2 out of 3 last week in Milwaukee. Padres salvaging the third game of that series in that slugfest, 13-6, where they racked up 23 runs. That was on Wednesday afternoon a week ago. Fielder would be next. And Mosley ahead on the count, 2 strikes. Just to repeat that fact, there are no 2 hitters in the National League that have been more productive driving in runs than the 2 we're seeing tonight, Braun and Fielder. Between them, 65 RBIs. So we almost got him.
And as we mentioned in the pregame show, these guys can be pitched to. You know, this MO of the Brewer team is to, you know, they love the 2-run shot. They love the grand slam. That's been their MO for a long, long time, especially with these 2 guys. Backed them all with a fastball that last pitch. Now he can open the door and throw so many off-speed pitches to try to get Braun here.
Misses inside. Almost nibbled. It's a good hitter that can take that pitch down 1-2. Fastball. And another foul. Braun has signed a long-term contract as the Brewers tying him up for what they hope is the rest of what has been an already brilliant career. Hitting .308 tonight. He was .305 .304 a year ago with 25 homers and 103 runs batted in. And he can steal bases, 14 last year. Got 8 this year. Full count again.
That keeps you in the game, keeping score. Everybody has their own little system. You know, you talk about Ryan Braun. I remember him coming up in 2007, and this is a good thing. He just reeks of confidence at the plate. He is as confident back then, his first AB, as he is now. He's just a ball player.
Learned his craft in high school in the San Fernando Valley at Granada Hills High School. A career .307 average in the bigs. Yeah, he defines a truly tough professional out. See if Hart is in motion. He is. 3-2. Swung on and missed. Phillips' throw, though, is not nearly in time. The Brewers not a running team a year ago, but they are this season. That's their 27th steal, and they've been successful 10 in a row.
Well, that is a huge out for Dustin Mosley. We're going to check out the Carl's Jr. pitch track from pitch 1. First pitch right there, a little 2-seamer. You can see what Dustin Mosley's trying to do here. Work down in the zone, keep it on the ground. He backs him up. He could have got strike 3 there. Now going soft away. But the one thing that Mosley's not doing is falling into a pattern. That looked like a little cutter. He probably had the idea the runner was going. Throw him an off-speed pitch because he's probably eyeing the fastball. Huge pitch for the righty.
First steal of the season for Hart. And here's Fielder, takes a strike. Prince has had particularly it's been Fielder who's had difficulty hitting here at Petco, well under 200 in his career. 280 on the season, and he fouls this back. And once again, this has been a pattern in this first inning. Mosley jumping ahead 2 strikes on the hitters. But then he went 3-2 on Weeks, struck him out, 3-2 on Braun before he struck him out.
Yep.
Meanwhile, in scoring position, Hart with a 25-foot single and his first steal as the Brewers try to get on the board first. Their record when leading first, much like the Padres, is quite a strong correlation. They are 17-7 when they score first. When the opponents score first, they're 3-15. Low and inside, ball gets away from Phillips, so Hart will move to third. That would probably be a pass ball. We'll wait for the official score. And it is a pass ball charge to Kyle Phillips.
Oh, yeah, that ball, this will give us a better look. Oh, yeah, he just boxed it off his glove, did not bounce.
Little two-seamer that came back in, but did not hit the dirt. So, ball and 2 strikes on Prince Fielder. What's he going to throw here?
I think it's going to be something down and in, like a cutter or slider.
Hit him. Fielder doesn't like it. Kind of paused, stared, and now slowly goes to first base. That certainly was not in the game plan for Mosley to hit him here with a runner at third and a hit on the count 1-2.
He just tried to bury it inside there. I don't know what he's staring at. Like you said, Dick, I'll reiterate, Mosley's got him in the hole. He doesn't want to hit him and put him on base. Gets him on the right calf.
Fielder does get hit more than the average Joe. That's the 5th time he's been hit this year. Those start to mount, and you don't forget the last one or the one before or the one before. Another chopper off to the third base side. Casey McGee hitting .268. Club leader in doubles with 11. 3 home runs. And 20 RBIs, not bad either. So first and third. Hart at third. Fielder now at first. 2 out. Opening inning. One and one. Told you about scoring first and how that plays so importantly in winning. The Padres, when they score first, they're 9-4. But here we are in the 43rd game of the season. Ground ball to third. Headley with a skidding stop and goes the short way for the out. Boy, Fielder went in hard, and that's the kind of slide where you're going to be limping back to the dugout. Fortunately, he's okay, and so are the Padres. They're out of trouble in the first inning. No runs a hit. The Brewers lead 2. Here comes Denorfia, Bartlett, and Headley. Texas, the starter for Milwaukee, 6'2", 210-pound, 25-year-old right-hander. His record 4-2, and the profile brought to you by Bank of America, setting opportunity in motion in San Diego to help our community and help our economy. Gallardo, 10th start of the season. While his record is 4-2, he has given up some base hits. Batting average against .285 and 6 home runs. Denorfia leads it off and takes it in the dirt. Chris with 3 hits, single, double, triple last night in 4 at-bats, raising his average back up to .348. Best of the Padres. Fastball for a strike. What's the line on Gallardo?
Well, he's got 4 pitches, but 3 of them can be his out pitches. Fastball, slider, curve, and a change. The change he'll throw occasionally. And his fastball up around 93, 94. So his out pitches are that fastball, slider, and curve. Sometimes he can get curve happy. He can get slider happy, fall in love with that breaking ball and not trust his fastball enough. When he trusts his fastball, I think that's when he has success.
That last strike on the outside corner with a fastball, 1-2. And the breaking ball in the dirt, 2-2.
He has also picked up his rhythm and his delivery as well. Kind of just picking up that cadence just a tad, getting in a good groove, good rhythm, getting that momentum going towards home plate.
Fouled out of play. Some of you may have been here last year when Gallardo started against the Padres. It was May 1st against Matt Latos, quite a pitcher's duel, and Gallardo prevailed 2-1 and won it on his home run off Latos. In the process, Gallardo struck out 11. Ground ball toward the hole, deep at short, Betancourt, and he got him. Good play by Fielder to scoop out the low throw, and a terrific play by the shortstop Betancourt. We saw his skills defensively in Milwaukee, one of the most outstanding double plays we've ever seen.
Going to his right, going to his left. We have seen some spectacular plays. Now, I'll be quite honest with you, with Chris Denorfia running, I didn't even think it was going to be that close. Boy, you talk about getting something on the throw, and it's good on the bookends. Good glove at short, good glove at first base, completing that play, helping out Gallardo.
Brings up Bartlett with that 9-game hitting streak and 9-game RBI streak. Delivered in the first inning last night on a long sacrifice fly. Came very close to his first home run last evening. 2-0 the count. Bartlett in an interview with Mark Grant on the road trip expressing that, one, he didn't even know he had this streak going. And 2, he quickly credited his teammates. He said, I don't hit home runs, so if somebody's not on, I can't drive in anybody.
Mm-hmm. Just what a great acquisition for the Padres. You know, his glove has been spectacular.
3-0 pitches on the inside corner. A little more juice on that one, 93 miles an hour.
I just love his approach at the plate.
Fouled away.
And, you know, I hate to throw names out there because I'm not comparing Jason Bartlett to a lot of other players that have been mentioned. But I've mentioned Mark Loretta before, right? Mm-hmm. But, you know, as far as his straight approach at the plate, trying to hit the ball where it's pitched, Derek Jeter is the same type of hitter. He tries to spray the ball down the right field line, split the gaps, turn on a fastball every now and then. Good short stroke to the ball.
Fly ball right field. Easy play for Hart. Starts in and then drifts back for the out. 2 gone. And let's check Buddy Black's starting lineup tonight. Brought to you by Evans Tire and Service Centers, home of the free alignment. Chase Headley follows Denorfia and Bartlett. Brad Hopp, red hot with a bat, hits cleanup. Ryan Ludwig, 3 homers on the 8-game road trip. Eric Patterson in center field for Cameron Maben. Kyle Phillips behind the plate. Alberto Gonzalez at second base, and Dustin Mosley, the pitcher. Look at the shift on again for Chase Headley. We don't see it from any other team, but Ron Renicky, the way they've scouted Headley, the way they're going to pitch to him, they have 3 men playing the right side.
So that tells me breaking stuff, soft stuff inside, because it's, as a left-handed hitter, more susceptible to speed up the bat. Therefore, you'll hit the ball to the right side.
1-2.
And little 2-seamers away. According to the shift, and probably what the scouting reports say to the Brewers, that fastballs away, low, maybe Headley has a tendency to hook that ball.
Struck him out, ball in the dirt. So Gallardo works an impressive first inning. 1-2-3 go the Padres, and we go to the second, no score. And a big fireworks show after the game as the Padres entertain the Seattle Mariners interleague play. 7:05 the game. Fireworks show presented by Northgate Gonzalez Market. Get your tickets tonight. Save only at Padres.com. Top of the second, no score. Mark Kotze hitting .247, the ex-Padre. Makes his home out in Rancho Santa Fe.
Yeah, he's back healthy. Remember, we talked to him in Milwaukee. He says the back is feeling great.
Ground ball punch to the left side, and Bartlett throws him out.
Still gets down that line quite well also for being a 15-year veteran.
Unieski, Betancourt, the batter. He homered in the game last Wednesday. It was a 5-5 tie, and Betancourt a solo home run off Tim Stauffer as the Brewers rallied from 5-0 down, took the lead 6-5, and then the roof caved in on them as the Padres scored 8 times in the 8th inning to win 13-6. Ball one. Two-seamer, the cut back over the heart of the plate.
And Betancourt's a guy who will chase as well. You don't have to throw this guy a strike.
Right back to the mound, and the slick fielding Mosley throws him out. He can field his position. We've seen that. How about our Skycam shot tonight here in San Diego? Brought to you by Hughes Marino, because where you do business matters. Even on a cool night. Nothing but beauty here in the finest city. Jonathan LaCroix, we thought it was only the Padres upon whom he feasted most, but actually he's been taking the league apart. .326 average to lead Milwaukee. Strike one. He's in an 8-game streak. .414 average, a couple of home runs, and 9 RBIs.
Yeah, last 10 games for LaCroix, a batting average of .333.
Grounded to third, right at Headley. Strike across the hop, and the inning over. Mosley's got that ground ball working. 4 straight infield outs. Let's go to the bottom of the second. Hop, Ludwig, and Patterson for the Padres. You in attendance, Padres and Mariners will receive a Padres car flag, license plate frame, and a window cling. Get your tickets tonight and save only at Padres.com. And then Sunday will be U.S. Navy Appreciation Day and Cap Day for the kids. So big weekend against the Mariners. Something happening every night and day. Brad Hopp takes a strike in the midst of an 8-game hitting streak. And in the month of May, batting .383. That's the third best in the major leagues this month. Inside, 94, a little extra from Gallardo.
You know, I've mentioned this before, but it's worth mentioning again how Brad stands so close to the plate. You would think that pitchers would just eat him up inside, but somehow he makes an adjustment.
Check swing, and it's a called strike anyway. 1-2 to Hop. His average up to 246. That's quite a climb. He was under 100 in April.
See, now he's in a stance there. No, if he extends his hands on contact, his hands are over the plate.
He goes around. Strike 3. Tied him up. 2 strikeouts now for Gallardo. And let's check the defense for the Brewers. It's brought to you by North County Cadillac. Customer service at a whole new level. McGee and Betancourt on the left side. Weeks and Fielder manning the right side. Braun in left. Kotze center. Hart in right. LaCroix handling the pitches of Giovanni Gallardo.
The velocity starting to creep up a little bit. That last pitch, 94.
Ludwig, first ball hunting, fouls it away. Well, good news for an old friend and a Padre favorite. Jake Peavy with that shoulder surgery in the offseason. Many thought it might be the end of his career. He just shut out Cleveland 1-0, complete game, 8 strikeouts, and no walks for Peavy.
That's a good night in the big leagues.
Line drive right through Betancourt and out to left field as Ludwig smoked that low liner, just handcuffed the shortstop. See how they score it. Base hit for Ludwig.
This ball's got some tremendous topspin on it. He hits this ball on the screws. You take another look, it's a high curve ball, and that just eats Betancourt up. You could tell his body was going to his left a little bit, and the ball ended up on his right.
Little Olay in that effort. Eric Patterson for Maben in center field. And 1 strike on Patterson last night. In that controversial play, he has tripled to lead off the second inning, and then he, on an appeal play, they called him out on a tag up trying to score. He did score, and he also had a single and a walk, so 2 for 3 for Patterson. Late on that swing. And it's been a source of considerable controversy on all the sports talk shows here in San Diego all day, and even on the Major League Baseball network, that Joe West, the third base umpire, could miss a call like that and then say to Bud Black, oh, he left way too soon. Just missed inside.
You know, Dick, you made a point before the game. You and I were talking, and you know, in the NFL, they get reviewed weekly, and if something happens to where, you know, they get reprimanded. Right?
Not only reprimanded, there's a score sheet, and when playoff time comes, you don't get to work those playoff games when you have too many negative reports. Struck him out. Just overpowered Patterson, and that's 3 strikeouts now for Gallardo. Kyle Phillips, left-handed hitting catcher, steps up.
He just challenged him with a fastball, 94. That's what Gallardo consistently has been throwing this inning. Pretty straight fastball as well. But he just challenged him there.
And that's an example with 2 strikes on you of the comments we made in the pregame show about this is a good hitter's park, not a good home run hitter's park. And that wasn't a hitter swing with 2 strikes on him. He went for way too much.
Good point.
And it's tough to pull back, tone it down. But a line drive single works pretty well in any inning. And when you're swinging for home runs, you're going to strike out more, and that was the April malady of the Padres. Phillips, more you see of him, and he's only had 14 at bats, 3 hits. You like the way he handles the bat, that he's going to produce. Now his defensive skills not up to Nick Hundley's, but from the left-hand side, he's got some sock. 2-1. Gallardo topping out at 95.
If you notice this inning also, more fastballs as he gets down towards the bottom of the order. He's just going to challenge these guys and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to see if you can hit it. Why speed up your bat with an off-speed pitch?
Strike 2. A fastball tailing over the outside corner.
Carl's Jr. pitch track says, right on the corner. What do you think, Dick?
All it has to hit is a seam, and it's a strike.
That's right.
Tomorrow night it'll be Aaron Harang on San Diego State night, an Aztec alum on the mound. Aztec manager Bud Black. We'll have the San Diego State basketball team here, and Coach of the Year, Steve Fisher. He'll join us in the booth, too, I hope. He's invited to.
That'd be great. Love Coach Fisher. He's an Illinois guy. He's from Illinois. I got to like him.
Midwesterners. So likable. 2-2 to Phillips. And he takes away, and that'll give Ludwig a quick jump at first base with 2 out. Alberto Gonzalez would be next.
Good fastball count, right? Gallardo has been throwing a lot of fastballs. It's just a matter of placing that fastball. I'm guessing fastball down and away. Give him left field.
Runner goes. One hopper almost got Ludwig, and Weeks distracted undoubtedly by the fact that Ludwig was trying to elude being hit, and then Ludwig comes up favoring the left leg, trying to elude that sharply struck ball by Phillips. Let's hope Ludwig's all right. Padres are already without 4 regulars tonight, with Maven, Hundley, Hudson, and Venable all out of the lineup. Two innings, no runs and a hit for each side. Top of the third, it'll be Gallardo, the home run hitting pitcher for the Brewers, to be followed by Weeks and Hart. As one of the all-time favorites here in San Diego, Trevor Hoffman joins us. Trevor, of course, finishing his career with the Brewers, so you'll have some insights with the Milwaukee club as well. But we want to talk about an activity in which you're going to be involved, the Japanese Disaster Relief Fund as well.
So this Friday, yeah, we're pre-sailing some vouchers the next couple days at home plate gate, gas lamp gate.
Easy fly ball, back is short. Bartlett takes care of it, and Gallardo is out. So, as I understand it, fans can buy a $50 voucher,
right? And
that allows them to get an autograph on. If they bring a ball, you'll autograph it.
Any item they want. We also have a limited edition of a picture of Aki and myself. 500 of those that are limited, like I said, and so be out at Park in the Park, out in front of Tony's statue, about 5:30. You can line up about 4:30.
And all that money, the $50 per customer, and I think you're limiting it to 500, the first 500.
Right.
And that'll all go toward the Japanese.
All proceeds go to the Japanese Relief Fund
for that tsunami disaster. And Aki, apparently that was within a mile of his home.
Yeah, we were at a Little League game together, and we were just talking with him, just kind of catching up, and asked him about it just randomly, and he said, yeah, Hoff, that was The airport is about a mile from my house. It's where it stopped. So definitely hits home with Aki.
So fans, they can buy tickets anytime up until Friday night?
That's right. The 2 gates are going to be pre-sale. No difference if you wait till Friday. We would love to see you. It's going to be a good cause.
Ooh, broken dead line drive, and it's snared by Gonzalez. Perfect timing by the Padres second baseman. 2 away.
Ah, that's music to my ears. Snapped Shillelagh, and why? Because Mosley goes down and away. Looked like a little cutter, and timed it perfectly. Gonzalez with the backhand. Nicely done, helping out his right-hander. 2 quick outs here.
Used to be, though, when you broke a bat, you got no juice on the hit at all. And we saw Denorfia hit one on one hop into the left field corner for a double last night on a bat that totally splintered. So you never know what you're going to get. Weeks a very powerful guy for a leadoff hitter. And Gonzalez pleased with his effort. Right field, shallow off the bat of Corey Hart, and it's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Dustin Mosley. Back with Trevor Hoffman and the Padres third after we pause for this. All time relief pitch. In a happy hour 7 days a week by Permadontics, Southern California's premier dental implant center, and by your Southern California Porsche dealers. Visit them online at socal.porschedealer.com. First pitch swinging is Alberto Gonzalez, and he sends one deep but foul down the right field line. Gonzalez with that excellent catch to deny Ricky Weeks in the top half of the inning. No score here in the last of the third. 1-1. So for you fans that want to get in on that autograph session and donate $50 to the Japanese Disaster Relief Fund. Ground ball by the first baseman fielder. Over to cut it off before it hits the corner. Right fielder Hart, and Gonzalez has a base hit to lead off the third. You buy your tickets in advance, a voucher for the $50, and then, as I understand it, you're going to be there at 5:30 out by the Tony Gwynn statue to sign the autograph. But they can start forming a queue at 4:30 and get in line and make sure you get there.
And you know what? They can bring any item they want also. They don't necessarily have to buy that particular photograph. If they have a jersey or a ball they would like signed, bring it on out.
A Hoffman jersey or a glove or something that would be a nice gift to a young kid, a fan.
Be great.
And in this world where autographs are so precious, I suppose you've signed a couple in your day.
Not as many as you, Dick.
No. Tony Gwynn leads the league.
Absolutely.
Butted nicely by Mosley. Mosley, the more you see him, he is a complete pitcher in terms of handling the bat. He's their best hitter. There's a good sacrifice. Terrific fielder.
Yeah, it looked like he felt comfortable coming off the mound last inning in that little slow roller coming back to him. Nice strong throw to the bag. So,
you know, Trevor, I always talk about pitchers getting it done quickly. The one guy that comes to mind, remember Greg Maddux? Whenever he was in a sack situation, it was on the first pitch.
Yeah, he didn't want to go deep into any counts where he's going to have breaking balls. He wanted to get it down early so he'd get his job done.
Well, as a former shortstop, that wasn't any challenge for you.
You know what? It was always a little different throwing that ball to the bag. After you had been down that downhill plane, you kind of were just hoping you could guide it to the right base on target.
Denorfia goes around.
You know, speaking of Aki Otsuka that you're working with for the relief fund, it was so good to see Aki out here, a couple of homestands,
Yeah.
always having a smile on his face. His English has gotten it's gotten great.
He's constantly been working at it. I think obviously living here in the States full time has helped that out, but he's never had a bad day. Always a positive kid, and enjoy being around him.
Now he's trying to make a comeback, correct?
I think he's coming off another surgery, elbow surgery. He's working hard on the rehab part of it, and you know, you never know. I think gets into a throwing program and he feels good. He'll keep progressing.
2 strikes now on Denorfia. Padres trying to get on the board first. That has been so incredibly important to victory this year. Chopped out in front of the plate, a fair ball. And Denorfia out. 2-3 as Gonzalez moves to third. And it'll be up to Jason Bartlett, and here's Bartlett's chance to extend that RBI streak to 10 consecutive games. Rather remarkable record. That ties the all-time San Diego Padre mark, 9 straight games to knock in a run. When you think he's extended that beyond what Tony Gwynn was able to do, 8 in a row.
Yeah, it's a nice little streak to have, especially when you can have your name spoken in the likes with Tony Gwynn, that's for sure.
Someday we're going to see a Trevor Hoffman statue out there.
Pitching the tee.
Ball, no, the late call strike on that curveball. There's the number 51 in the Petco Park audience. Bartlett tied currently with Sixto Lizcano and Steve Finley. They too, as a Padre, went 9 games with an RBI. In the dirt, and a good block by LaCroix.
Well, Trevor, you know Gallardo.
Yeah.
You've seen him quite a bit. What's your impression of him?
He's an aggressive pitcher. He's going to come at you. Mid-90s fastball, locates it pretty well. Big curveball, out pitch. Wants to get into account that he can use it, but at times his pitch count can climb early in the games if you have the ability to work counts in your favor.
1-1 pitch is low and away, 2-1.
His walks have been up this year. You know, it seems like he can get into a groove where it's just bang, bang, bang. He settles 9 in a row, and then he'll walk the next 2 guys.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a mechanical thing. I think he just kind of picks a little bit or tries to be a little bit too fine with where he wants to go with the ball. And guys laying off some pitches early in counts.
Up high, 3-1 through the curveball, but got it hanging high and inside. So 3-1. Hitter's pitch now for Bartlett with a go-ahead run 90 feet away. Gonzalez with a single, the sacrifice by Mosley, and moving to third. Denorfia's slow roller out in front of the plate. 3-1. Upstairs, ball 4. Well, runners at the corners with 2 out here in the third, and it's up to Chase Headley. And the shift with runners at first and third won't be quite so dramatic. So now you've had a couple of months, front office executive, Trevor Hoffman.
Yep.
And you're looking at baseball from the other side now. What's your assessment of what's going on?
Really, watching baseball from this perspective has been an interesting adjustment. Ball flights, angles that guys take. Being down on the floor is a little bit different. Obviously, being out in the outfield to watch ball games is a little bit different perspective. But I've enjoyed that part of it. It's been a nice transition.
Headley takes a strike. He struck out swinging, one of 3 early strikeouts for Gallardo. Now, what specifically do they have you doing here for the Padres?
I think being around the guys when they come back into town off a road trip is important to kind of check in, see how they're doing.
Late swing, Headley trying to go to left field. There's a lot of room over there to hit with shortstop Weeks almost directly behind second base.
Brad Osmus and Mark Loretta, all the three of us went to Tucson. Well, you guys were on the last road trip to check out the Tucson Padres. Obviously, Brad working with the catchers, low with the infielders. I had an opportunity to see Wade pitch.
Wade LeBlanc.
Yep. Hefner, one of the young kids that was coming. And then also a lot of their bullpen guys, just kind of watch their routine, see how they're throwing, how much throwing they're doing, how they're feeling physically from the amount of the workload they're putting on themselves. So it was good to get down there.
2-strike pitch. Lays off the high fastball. Any relief pitchers that you've seen in the organization that are budding that might have any promise, or is it too soon?
Well, we saw Nishek down there. He's back up. Randy Flores, unfortunately, has moved on. Young kid came up from Lake Elsinore, a left-hander that's got a pretty sharp breaking ball that I liked.
Colt Hines, is that the one?
Could have been.
He looked good in spring training.
I think his last name was Herr. I remember Colt. I think Colt's actually in Double-A, but it was a young kid came up for a spot and he was gone. But pretty firm thrower and a good breaking ball.
2-2 to Headley.
Now, how many guys? I know you probably talked to the guys in Tucson. How many guys pulled you aside, kind of like a sidebar, to ask you for some advice?
A couple guys. Munner liked to do that. Deduno and I kind of had a conversation again about the amount of throwing. Want to talk a little bit about the change-up grip. That's kind of always a topic of discussion, and it's about what you can help them be comfortable with.
Ooh. So full count, has another 3-2.
Guess who we saw in Arizona said to say hi? Doug Bachler.
The Bach.
Yeah.
The dreaded changeup.
Yep.
How's Bach doing?
He's doing well. He passes along his best wishes to you.
Very good.
So with 2 outs, Bartlett will be off with the pitch. Gonzalez at third. 3-2 to Headley. That one fouled off his front foot. Talking with Bob Uecker, Mr. Baseball, and when the Padres were in that desperate April slump, he volunteered. He said, "I'll tell Bud Black I'll send him my video on how to hit. Lifetime 200 hitter." So I saw Uecker today, and I said, "Hey, that idea that when 3-0 pitches, you foul it off your instep, they really like that part of your video." There's Uecker. I said, "Are you staying in the Omni Hotel nearby?" He says, "No, I rented a van." Strike 3 called. That looked pretty good. First and third, 2 outs, and Gallardo strikes out Headley. No score after 3. Well, Trevor Hoffman, good luck. I hope that line goes all the way down into the Gaslamp District, and you raise a lot of money on Friday night.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me up here.
Thanks for doing it.
Thanks, boys. All right.
Come and see us again. Time for tonight's trivia question, brought to you by AT Wireless. Trevor Hoffman, the all-time saves leader, over 600, is one of 2 pitchers in history with 40 save seasons 4 consecutive years. Can you name the other? 40 saves, 4 straight years. Trevor Hoffman, and one other pitcher will have the answer bottom half of the inning, as Dustin Mosley goes to work. Ryan Braun leads it off for the Brewers. Mosley's retired 7 in a row since he hit Prince Fielder in the first inning. Braun going after that first pitch, sails it high into the right field corner. Denorfia in the bullpen, and he can't get it. Just out of room.
That is tough territory down there. You've got those mounds. You're concentrating on a fly ball, and then all of a sudden the ground creeps up on you.
He's going uphill here and then side hill, and he couldn't have gotten it anyway.
He makes it look easy, doesn't he? He's an athlete, Chris Denorfia.
Good interview, too, the pregame show. He's got that baritone voice. Expresses himself very well. Braun, Fielder, and McGee here in the fourth. One hopper at Bartlett. Gonna have to hurry now. Braun runs too well, and he beats it out. Now that ball wasn't hit quite as hard as Bartlett thought. Had a little backspin on it and jumped up on him. And that might be an error.
Well, that's one of those in-between hoppers. And credit Jason Bartlett for keeping that ball in front of him. Be anxious to see.
It's an error.
After talking to Jason, how that one, he gets it right off the left wrist.
The Padres are tied for the National League lead in most errors, which is alarming after such a good year a season ago.
Pop's glove broke again.
Oh, no.
I'll tell you what, somebody's going to inspect that leather at Mizuno.
That happened in Milwaukee last week. It went right through the webbing.
Look at that. You can see the cord.
Fortunately, Braun was already safe.
Yeah.
I think Todd Helton gave him a trick mitt.
Yeah. Damaged goods, huh?
So the leadoff man on.
And I was just kidding about Mizuno. I don't want any emails from the Mizuno glove company coming my way.
Apologies accepted.
It's a fine product.
You've got several in your trunk of your car.
I do.
Fielder, after being hit by a pitch first time, might have a little extra adrenaline flowing here as he steps in. These kids are ready for a chance at a foul ball.
Oh, look at all three of them. That's awesome.
No score here in the top of the fourth. Ooh, that was close. Braun, as we mentioned, a good base runner, has 8 steals. The Padres now made their 44th error, more than an error per game. They were tied with St. Louis for the last place in fielding coming in.
Yeah, that's got to be tightened up, and they know that.
Well, those are good throws by Mosley right on the bag to make it mighty close.
You know, like throwing to home plate, we talk about pitchers getting downward plane. Well, the same over at first base. You got to throw that dart and get that downward plane because the first baseman can catch it, and then in the same swipe, try to place the tag on the hand.
Braun just getting his knuckles in there in time. Over but low, and it's 2-0 to Fielder. They're in a bit of a man-to-man team competition for the RBI lead. Braun has 33 and Fielder with 32. Braun goes, big jump, and he's in easily. Well, of late, opposing base runners have taken liberties with the Padres and stealing bases with Nick Hundley on the sideline.
Well, he picks a good pitch to run on. I mean, Braun is a good base runner as it is, but that was a curveball. So maybe you get a step and a half on that off-speed pitch. And credit, yeah, he keeps his toe on the bag. Jason Bartlett glued that tag to him until he came to a complete stop.
2 balls and a strike now to Fielder. And this is where of late, here in May, where the Brewers have not been hitting all that well, especially with men in scoring position. They're 8 for 82. That's under 100. And that ball goes into center field. And Braun will easily make it to third as Padres try to pick him off, and the throw goes right through Bartlett. Let's see who gets tagged with the error on that play. Looked like a pretty good throw.
Yeah, it did. That's the daylight play. It looks like it's a very catchable ball for Jason Bartlett right at the belt buckle.
And he picks up his second error of the inning. That's while Braun reached safely in the first place. So error on Bartlett, steal second, and another error and a ground ball to second. The throw to the plate, and they get him. What a throw by Gonzalez. He wasn't playing that shallow, but didn't hesitate and fired a perfect strike to Phillips, who blocked the play.
I think that's the big key, Dick. You just mentioned it. Did not hesitate. Phillips blocking home plate with his left foot, staking right out there. Catch it, two-hand, swipe tag. Oh, yeah, you betcha.
Big play, denying Milwaukee the early lead. Fielder, no RBI. Safe on the fielder's choice.
Hey, Kyle Phillips loves to get dirty. I've got his brother stuck in my head.
Right, just like we were talking to Trevor Hoffman, and we got Dustin Mosley, and Dustin Hoffman came out. I thought maybe Trevor might go into a soliloquy there for a moment. He did, in fact, and very nicely.
He likes to get dirty, though, back there behind home plate. Nicely done, Kyle.
1 strike the count. In the dirt. So tomorrow night, San Diego State night. Aaron Harang and Chris Narveson will go for Milwaukee. He's 2-3. And we'll have that San Diego State band for the anthem. And Captain DJ Gay of the Mountain West champs, the Sweet 16 Aztecs, will throw out the first pitch. Foul back. He didn't miss that one by much. Inexplicably, this Milwaukee team playing so well at home, struggling on the road. Only 7 wins and 16 losses, 16 defeats on the road, more than any National League team. Popped up, and it's going to be out of reach.
You mentioned that the Brewers really struggling your runners in scoring position. They came from Los Angeles Monday night, 2 for 14 runners in scoring position. Tuesday, 0 for 9. Struggling big time.
And the reverse is the situation for the Padres. They're winning on the road, 11-10, but they just haven't been able to put all the right pieces together here at Petco. They're 7-14. 1-2 the count. Tell you right now, at this moment, the one player in the field's feeling best of all is shortstop Jason Bartlett. His 2 errors positioned the Brewers for a run, but thanks to his keystone teammate out there at second, Alberto Gonzalez. There's another swinging bunt by McGee, and he'll be safe. That's a do-or-die play for Mosley. That's 2 times in the game already that the Brewers have swinging bunt singles. Hart had one in the first inning. You make a good pitch. He barely tops it out in front of the plate. You couldn't have rolled it out there any better.
And that's what happens when you throw good breaking balls down and away to right-handed hitters. They'll top it, they'll reach for it. He's protecting with a 1-2 count, right? So Mosley throws the breaking ball down and away. You've got to protect. It's topped and it's eaten up by the grass.
So first and second with 1 out. And Marcotte, the batter, grounded to short his first time. Infield position for a double play, chance for 2. Strike 1, fastball. Yeah, the big play in the inning is with no one out and Braun at third. Alberto Gonzalez able to field the ground ball by Fielder and fire a strike to home plate, and Kyle Phillips blocking off Braun to get the out. Coutts lines one to left field, and that's going to fall for a hit. Around comes Fielder to score, and the Brewers lead 1-0. And the ex-Padre comes back home and delivers an RBI single. Coutts. Wow, a lot of Brewers fans here tonight.
Marcotte, 15-year veteran in the big leagues, knows his limitations. See how he shortens up there? He just plays pepper with that left field line. He's not trying to pull that ball. He's not trying to hit it out of the ballpark. He knows exactly the situation, runner in scoring position. Nice game of pepper down that left field line.
His 6th RBI of the year, and that brings up Betancourt. Tap back to the mound, his first at bat. McGee at second, Kotze at first now. Still only 1 out. Breaking ball low and away. So for the 30th time in 43 games, the opposing team has scored first against the Padres. Fly ball right field. Denorfia easing back. Boy, the wind's carrying that ball tonight to right field. His throw to second base as McGee goes to third. 2 away. Yeah, it looks as if a ball hit high down the right field side is going to get some extra carry with this wind. It really was windy out your way, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah. We got tiles on the roof flying all over the place. We got tumbleweeds. We got cats and dogs flying. It looked like the Wizard of Oz. When that tornado hit at Dorothy's house.
Yeah, I heard the gusts were up around 35 miles an hour.
Yep, and rain to go along with it. Yep.
Jonathan LaCroix, Brewers' top batting average, steps in. He grounded to third his first time. First and third, a run in, 2 out. And the pitcher, Gallardo, on deck. So it's not as if, should LaCroix walk, that you just have an easy out and get out of the inning, because Gallardo can swing the bat with the best of them. Fastball strike.
Boy, establishing that fastball away is key for any pitcher. And Dustin Mosley has that capability of doing just that. A little bit of movement as well.
Another topper. This one Mosley able to get LaCroix, and the inning is over. Should be an unearned run since the inning was extended on the opening error on Ryan Braun. 1-0 Milwaukee. And here's our AT&T wireless trivia answer. Trevor Hoffman, one of 2 pitchers in history with 4 consecutive 40 save seasons. The other was Frankie Rodriguez, all with the Angels from 2004 through 2007. 40 saves, 4 straight years up in Anaheim. Gallardo with a 1-0 lead. Faces the middle 3. Hop, Ludwig, and Patterson in the Padre 4th. Hop struck out his first time. Fastball up in the letters. late on the swing. 4 strikeouts for Gallardo. He's walked 1. Line drive. It's going to fall in shallow center. Unable to collect it was Kotze, but he kept the ball in front of him, so Hop has to put on the brakes as he rounds first. Good effort by Kotze. Almost got there. Hop continues his hitting streak. That's 9 games in a row.
And on that play, Corey Hart, right fielder, was on his way to back up Kotze in case this ball does not draw leather. And right about there is when Mark Kotze is thinking, I better make contact, keep it in front of me, or else this could spell trouble. Just enough to keep it in front of him and hold him to a single.
Brian Ludwig singled through the shortstop Betancourt his first time, so the Padres now have matched the 3-hit total. Foul back. A lot of first ball swinging tonight from both sides.
Well, Gallardo, the last 2 innings, has really grown to the number 1, throwing a lot of fastballs, challenging these Padre hitters. I'm thinking that if the Padre hitters get an early fastball and it's in that meaty area, they're going to hack at it to avoid the breaking stuff.
That ball hit high to left field. How deep is it? In the corner is Braun. Touch 'em all. Ludwig has hit another. The Padres take the lead 2-1 on Ryan Ludwig's 8th home run of the year. 28 RBIs for the slugger, acquired from St. Louis last year.
It's an 0-1 pitch. Gallardo tries to get it in on him. And when you watch this again, watch his hands. In near the chest. Get that barrel of the bat out in front.
Patterson swings at the first pitch. He drives it deep to center. Kotze to the warning path to make the catch. That ball is pulled. Patterson would have had his number 3.
Getting back to that Ludwig home run, you look at the location of the pitch it's in. He gets his hands through quickly, and quite frankly, that's a tough pitch to keep fair. But Ryan Ludwig gets that bat head out in front at an angle to where he can't keep it fair for the 2-run shot.
And picked the short part of the yard and left between the 336 sign on the foul pole to the 357. That one traveled about 345 feet. First pitch to Phillips is outside, ball 1. Sent a hard ground ball to the second baseman on that play. Ludwig, and trying to avoid being hit by the ground ball, came up a little gimpy, but thank goodness stayed in the lineup and just crushed another home run. High, 2-0.
Well, now let's see if Gallardo kind of gets breaking ball happy. He tried to throw a fastball by Ludwig. He turned on it. He hurt him. Now good hitters count here for Kyle Phillips.
Yeah, it went a little farther than we thought. 373 feet, Ludwig's home run. Gallardo has given up 7 home runs now this year in his the 10th start. 2-1 to Phillips. Swing and a miss. Healthy cut. That's the 60th pitch from Gallardo tonight. Two-1. The Padres have the lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning, answering the 1 run scored by Milwaukee. Top half of the inning. Over but low. 95 on the miss. With Alberto Gonzalez on deck. Fouled away. So Ludwig has a series home run string going. He's hit a home run in each of the last 4 series. All 3 on the road. Milwaukee, Colorado, and in Arizona. Now back home at Petco. Low and inside, and Phillips earns a walk. Second given up by Gallardo.
Now let's see if Gallardo falls into one of those traps where he hits that wild streak. Mentioned it a little bit ago how he could be cruising along, retire 7, 8, 9 in a row, and then walk a couple of hitters.
Gonzalez singled up the first base side between the bag and the fielder the first time, takes a strike. One and one. Ludwig homered in the finale at Milwaukee on Wednesday. Came back with another homer, 3-run shot, remember, on Sunday in Colorado. And then another 3-run blast Monday night in Arizona. So he's hitting them with men on base. Foul that. Running that RBI count up to 28 among the top 10 in the National League.
The one thing I've noticed about Ryan Ludwig is that he's really turning well on the inside fastball. Pitchers trying to eat him up sometimes. He likes it down. He likes it down and in. Still getting congratulations on the Padres bench.
Meanwhile, Gonzalez, the count 1-2. Phillips with his lead at first base. Just got a piece of it.
What also is nice about that 2-run shot is that the Brewers scored their top half of the fourth. Padres answer right back with a deuce. Trying to add on.
One and two to Gonzalez. Fouled away.
Alberto has to think right field in this situation. Prince Fielder holding on the runner at first base. Kyle Phillips. Huge hole on that right side. Even if it's a breaking ball. If it's inside, yeah, you can pull it. If it's away, you got to think right field. Fastball in.
2-2 the count. Ludwig, in case you're wondering, fans, with his RBI count up to 28. Ryan Howard and Lance Berkman starting tonight with 35 to lead the National League, and Ryan Braun and Fielder right behind him, 33 and 32. And Ludwig pressing forward, now tied with Kemp and Holiday with 28. In the dirt, and no advance by Phillips. Curveball bouncing, so full count now to Gonzalez. Good at bat. He's fouled off a couple, worked from in the hole to a full count. Gives Phillips, the catcher, a bit of a running start with 2 out. Or 1 out, rather. I'm sorry. No running start here. He stays, and it's fouled away.
Yeah, not a lot of speed there at first. Gallardo's a pitcher who can strike you out.
In this inning, a single by Hop into center field. He floated one in front of Kotze. Then the 2-run homer Ludwig. Patterson drove a ball all the way some 390 feet to the warning path, collected by Kotze. The walk to Phillips, and now a full count. Gonzalez. Runner does go, and he pops it up, and putting on the brakes Phillips and heading back to first as Fielder makes the catch. 2 away. And the pitcher, Dustin Mosley, comes up. He sacrificed his first time. And Dustin told me he has more hits than a pitcher for the Padres, 3 for 12. That in the minor leagues, that he said he consistently hit close to 300, had a grand slam home run.
Wow.
And he's
just a good all-around athlete. Does everything well.
Got to respect everything he does. See if he can touch up Gallardo. Fastball in there, 95. Okay, one thing that Gonzalez did in that bat by fouling off several, he's moved the pitch count up to 73.
Foul that. Mosley looking for his first win at Petco. Curveball and able to foul it off. Phillips edges off first. Fielder holding him on. Strike three. Caught the outside corner, says umpire Foster. 5 strikeouts. Gallardo. But here in the bottom of the 4th inning, Ryan Ludwig with a home run down the left field side. With a man on, it's 2-1 San Diego. From Petco Park, mid-game recap brought to you by Murray Lamper Construction. Room additions, how about a second story? Or maybe even a kitchen remodel on time and on budget? Well, call Murray Lamper Construction. The proof is in their references. Visit murraylampert.com on the web. Mr. Enberg.
All right, Mr. Grant. Making it sing here from Petco as the Padres have a lead, 2-1. 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, 4 left for San Diego. 1 run, 3 hits. 2 of the 3 hits infield smothered ground balls for infield scratch hits for the Brewers. Their only hit to the outfield was Katse's RBI single to left. And Milwaukee has left 4 as well. Mosley working with the lead, 2-1. With so little run support, 2 runs, you got it, kid. Go get him. Shut him out the rest of the way. We gave you your 2. Gallardo, dangerous hitter. Popped to short his first time. Chops it off, third foul. .220 career average in the big leagues, 9 home runs. Last year he hit .254 with 4 homers and 10 runs batted in.
It's a nice option to have, huh, for Ron Renicky, the manager? Extra inning ball game, and you use up your bench.
Saw that last night down at Tucson. They had a long game scoring fest. Wade LeBlanc, as a pinch hitter, got a base hit.
Good for him.
He's 3-0. On the outside edge, but a little low. 2-2. Gallardo, then Weeks and Hart for the Brewers in the 5th. He went around. One out as Dustin Mosley has his third strikeout. And at the top of the order, Ricky Weeks. Weeks struck out and then flirted with a base hit to right center, but Alberto Gonzalez, who has made a couple of outstanding defensive plays tonight, to his backhand side, balletic leap and snared that drive. Gonzalez also throwing out Ryan Braun at home plate, so 2 stars on his report card tonight. As Jerry Coleman would say, hang on a couple of stars. Weeks high deep to center, but this ballpark on a cold, windy night will keep it in play. In Milwaukee, might have been a different matter. 2 away.
It's worth mentioning again, but Dustin Mosley, if he can control and dot that outside third of the plate to the righties, give him right center field, and even give him center field. He's going to get a lot of fly balls just like that.
You can hear the wind blowing through our field microphones. Swirling tonight. Just inside, ball 1 to Corey Hart. He had a swinging bunt single, 1 of 2 by the Brewers tonight. Casey McGee the other, and fly to right his last time. There's a solid base hit through the hole into left field. 4th hit for the Brewers. Hart 2 for 3. Ryan Braun. Well, it's so true of every team that has 2 big hitters in the middle of their lineup. It seems like they're batting every inning. Braun with Fielder moving into the on deck circle. He struck out safe on Bartlett's error the last time. Moved around on a stolen base. Another error got him to third, and then Gonzalez threw him out at the plate on Fielder's ground ball. Runner goes. Phillips throw. And they get him this time. Hart doesn't believe it. As Phillips, with a solid throw, nails Hart at second base on a very tight play. And he might have been in there. High tag. But the inning's over.
Home run inning presented by Harrah's Rincon Casino. If a home run is hit this inning, text Homer, H-O-M-E-R. You know the routine, to 269-411.
Well, let's see then, Mark Grant. Get the leadoff man on DeNorfia, Bartlett, Headley. They get on for Brad Hopp. We might have a payoff tonight.
And the payoff would be $17,500.
And how do you win that? How do I get into the pool there?
Well, if a guy hits a homer, you text homer.
Oh, you got to have a text deal going there.
Exactly.
I don't just go and knock on somebody's door and say, I want the money. Denorfia.
And go to foresd.com to enter. That's Homer, Homer, to 269-411 if a home run is hit this inning.
You know, that's always going to be the 5th inning. Fans should just write that down, you know, have it on a magnet or someplace, so boom, they text right away.
Put it on their BlackBerry.
Curveball in the dirt did not go. Denorfia 1 ball 2 strikes. Good play made by the shortstop Betancourt to throw him out in the 1st inning, and tapped out in front of the plate the last time. Boy, that one 55-footer.
Yep.
2-2. 80 pitches now for Gallardo.
Dick, I think you mentioned it earlier, but it's worth mentioning again. The most he's thrown this year is 118 pitches, Gallardo. So he's good for 115, 120.
Strong-armed right-hander. Last 2 starts for Gallardo. 2-0 with a 1.29 ERA. So to get a couple of runs off him after 4 innings is no mean feat. Did he go? No. Curveball that was close.
Oh, a lot of curveballs to Denorfia this at bat.
Full count. Bartlett and then Headley here in the Padre 5th inning. 2-1 the score. San Diego. That's right down the middle. He knew it. Right there. 6 strikeouts now for Gallardo. Bartlett flying to center and walked. Had a chance to extend that RBI streak in the 3rd inning when Gonzalez had singled open and Mosley sacrificed him to second, and with 2 outs Bartlett came up. Gonzalez had moved to 3rd on an out by Denorfia, but Bartlett didn't get a chance. He was walked. That's in there. Well, our leaderboard is brought to you by Los Primos, home of the Monster Burrito. Get your $5 meal deal for a limited time only. Most RBIs by a player without a home run all season. We're going to visit that again. Ball in the dirt. Let's see that again. 16 RBIs without a home run. Fowler, Ichiro, we'll see him this weekend. They haven't hit a homer, but Bartlett, that's an amazing, because that means you got to have a lot of base runners around. And Bartlett's been quick to praise his teammates to give him the chance.
And to me, that boils down to just clutch hitting. Guys in scoring position, guy at first base, you hit an extra base hit, you got some speed out there, just hitting the ball where it's pitched, using the whole field. That's how you have numbers like that.
For a man that didn't have an RBI through April 15th. Swing and a miss, and Gallardo's strikeout count moves up to 7 on the night. He is a strikeout pitcher. Had 200 last year, 9th best in the National League.
And he made Jason Bartlett chase out of the zone on that high fastball. You could see that Jason's intention was trying to go to right field, but just too much on that last fastball.
So 3-2 strikeout, and here's Chase Headley. He's gone down twice on strikes tonight. Shift is on. And so he's going to try to beat the shift with a bunt. If it stays fair, he's got a hit. That's a base knock. Gallardo would like to pick up the ball and take a bite out of it. Well, that's how you beat the shift.
Yes, it is. Could not place that ball any better. Deadens it perfectly. The grass just eats it up.
Groundskeeper Yoakum, he has a level playing field.
Yep. Nicely done, Chase Headley.
So a 2-out single for Headley brings up Hop. He singled to open the 4th inning and scored immediately when Ludwig homered. Inside strike. Ooh. Silent protest from Hop. Giants are leading the Dodgers 4-1 in LA in the 5th. Colorado lost 2-1 in Philly. Runner goes, and a foul at the plate. A curveball. So Colorado and San Francisco have been trading places atop the National League West. Each night, one wins, the other loses. If the Giants beat the Dodgers, they'll move back into first place ahead of Colorado. Padres start tonight only 5 off the lead of Colorado. So should LA beat San Francisco, Padres move within 4 of first place. Way upstairs. Well, catcher LaCroix has not had a lot of success throwing out runners this year. 17 steal attempts. He's thrown out only 1. 16 successful.
Yep.
Well, Headley knows that. See if he goes again with 2 out. High fastball. Still throwing at 93 is Gallardo, and he has now delivered 93 pitches. Welcome to the Yukon. 3-2 to Hop.
Looked like she was getting ready for the Iditarod right there. Huh?
He's comfortable and having a good time. They're going over the hitters. What do you think here? You know, should we have sent the runner a little earlier? What do you think Hop's going to get here? I like the way he's hitting.
Well, he's been trying to, the strikeout has been the big thing for Gallardo. He might challenge him with a fastball on the inside part of the plate.
Fielder moves behind Headley, who takes off. And a high fly ball. Just missed that one. That's way up into the night. And finally lands in Kotze's glove for the final out here in the 5th inning. No runs, a bunt single by Headley. A man left. 5 stranded tonight by San Diego. It's 2-1.
Hey, Padre fans, get your tickets today and save a lot of dough. You can now save $5 on Padre tickets, $13.50 or more when you buy your tickets online at Padres.com. This offer won't be around forever, so don't wait. Get your tickets today and save at Padres.com.
Top of the 6th inning, and the Brewers bring up Braun, Fielder, and McGee against Dustin Mosley. 2-1 lead. And the first pitch strike, a fastball. Brewers got their run in the 4th. Error by Braun. Fielder safe on a fielder's choice. Braun was at 3rd at that time with no one out. And a ground ball to the second baseman Gonzalez, who fired to the plate. Phillips blocked the plate on Braun. And then they went on to get a couple of hits, an infield hit and an RBI single by Kotsay. And add it all up, it was an unearned run. Well, Mosley doing a solid job of pitching again, but in a tight one, 2-1. On the inside corner. 1-2. Brewers took 2 out of 3 in Milwaukee. Padres would like to return the favor. Against a team that's in the last 12 games on the road 3-9. And that includes a split of 2 games in LA. Goes back inside again but misses. 2-2 to Ryan Braun.
Dick, you know I love the homemade signs. USA SD military sign, and life's better with 4SD baseball. Nice.
Some work went into those signs. Well done. 2-2 to Braun. Up the middle, but there's Gonzalez positioned perfectly to throw him out. Another ground out for Mosley. Fielder hit by a pitch. And the ground ball, fielder's choice, in which Braun was nailed at the plate.
It's always fielder's choice, though, isn't it, with Prince? Isn't it?
Oh, that's very good. Yeah.
That was too easy.
Well, but what a perfect name, huh? He was born to be a ball player, as was his father, Cecil Fielder. Well, he could club him a long way.
I remember I was with the Mariners in 1992, going to Tiger Stadium, and of course, watching Cecil Fielder put him up on the roof. But I also remember a little kid hanging around the batting cage. It was this kid, Prince. And he was about the same size when he was like 6, 7 years old.
Yeah. He was born on July 3rd, 4th, and 5th. High fly, and that's hit well to deep left center. Patterson racing, and he can't make the catch. Fielder around second and will hold. Patterson took an unusual route to get to that ball. He kind of rounded it off, and by the time he got to it, unable to come up with it. That'll be a 2-base hit. As the Brewers have another double, they've had one in now 15 straight games.
Well, he's so strong. I thought this ball had a chance, a flash look, and then you're right. He kind of went straight back, and then at the last second turned towards the gap. Just out of the reach. A great effort by Eric Patterson. How close? Oh, inches from that glove.
Shows you how delicate the play is by an outstanding outfielder. You got to make the direct line to the ball, and I don't think we appreciate Cameron Maybin enough. I mean, we've thrown a lot of adjectives at his defensive play, but the fact you got to react quickly and you got to get to intersect the ball line, and you round it off just a little bit, and with the win, those it's a factor in it all. It becomes a tough play, and it's a double instead of an out. McGee, an infield hit in 2 at-bats, so the tying run at second with 1 out here in the 6th. Over but low. Well, that's what we were talking about earlier, and our friend Nick Canepa with the UT saying that it's a hitter's park. It's just not a home run hitter's park. That's a home run, a lot of ballparks.
Yes, it is.
I shouldn't say our friend Nick Canepa. He's never invited me over for dinner, but I like the guy.
And he's never invited me over as well.
That's right. Well, have you invited him? Maybe it's our fault.
Nick, you're invited.
Come to the booth anytime. We have good eats here, I think. 2-1 now to McGee. In the dirt. Curveball missing. 3-1 with Mark Kotze, who has the RBI single, knocked in the one Milwaukee run back in the fourth. Kotze on deck.
Well, McGee's the guy who likes to pull the ball. I'm going to guess a cutter here. 3-1 fastball count, so Mosley's going to counter with a little cut fastball, I think, on the outer part of the plate. Try to get a grounder, keep Fielder at second base. Yep.
Right on the corner.
There it is, cutter.
Good call. And good command from Mosley.
Got that right. So let's take another look. Just a little cut fastball, just a little itty bitty movement away from the right-handed hitter on that outside corner. 78th pitch coming up for Dustin.
Just missed on a fastball. So 2 on now with 1 out in the 6th.
You see what he tried to do there? Cutter for a strike, right? 3-1 to make it 3-2. And then he tried to go two-seamer away to bring it back, but it just couldn't find the corner. So 2 fastballs, cutter, two-seamer coming back across the outside part of the plate.
And no one had a better sequence of those 2 pitches than Greg Maddux.
Oh yes, you are correct, no doubt.
So Kotze up with a chance to do more damage against his former team. 2 on, 1 out. First walk from Mosley. He did hit Fielder in the first inning. Kotze went the other way, lined a single to left to drive in the run in the 4th. Takes a strike. Curveball.
Remember talking to Mark in Milwaukee, and he was saying, he was getting some at-bats. He's hitting the ball squarely. They're just right at people, and he did just that against the Padres. He hits the balls hard, but right at the defenders. So he says he's feeling good at the plate.
It's a change up that misses outside. Fielder less than average speed at second. McGee average speed at first. 1 out. Outfield playing Kotze toward left. Ludwig very close to the line in left field, in fact. They go inside, 2-1.
So with Ludwig out in left field, shading that left field line, what does that tell you Mosley's going to do? Mosley's going to pitch him away. And if he gets a fastball up and away, chances are he's going to loft a nice easy fly ball to Ryan out in left field.
Oh, now trouble spot. 3-1 with 2 on and 1 out here in the 6th inning. Unieski, Betancourt on deck. Kotze will be swinging if he likes this upcoming 3-1 pitch as Ernesto Frieri starts to loosen up in the Padre pen. That ball is hit deep to right field. Back to the wall. Denorfia can't get it. Fielder will score. Here comes, and holding is Casey McGee. It's tied at 2 as Kotze comes back to his home environs, living out in the Rancho Santa Fe, delivers an RBI single and a double off the wall and right.
And it's a 3-1 fastball that is up on the outer part of the plate. How close? Not even close for Chris Denorfia. He tried to play it as best he could, up against the chain link.
And only because the Brewers didn't have their fastest runners aboard is this game not 3-2, tied at 2. Another double for the Brewers with McGee moving to third. 1 out. And Betancourt in the infield at the moment playing back up the middle, at least for the shortstop Bartlett. This is an interesting alignment. Headley is bag high at third at the moment. Hop comes in on the grass at first. Gonzalez and Bartlett, now they're going to first of all walk Betancourt to load the bases. Frieri continuing to loosen up in the bullpen. So they walk Betancourt to get to the leading hitter in the lineup for Milwaukee. 326 hitting Jonathan LaCroix, the catcher.
And you might see Frieri here 2 times that Mosley has faced LaCroix, 2 outs. but might give him a different look. You got to force at any base. Frieri's got that deception about him. Might be tough for Lucroy. Let's see what the left-hander does. Dustin Mosley up to 80. If you want to count those 4 wide ones, 87 pitches. And it looks like it's going to be all for Dustin. Unless he wants to go out and have a chat with him. I think it's going to be all, though.
So the infielders will gather around the battery. Mosley and Phillips, as manager Black comes out. Mosley certainly doesn't want to come out. You kind of look at almost an appealing gesture by Mosley. Didn't want to leave. Solid work again by Dustin Mosley, but once again, no matter what happens here, he cannot win but could lose tonight, as this pitching change brought to you by the Law Tigers, San Diego's motorcycle injury lawyers who do ride. Frieri, the relief pitcher. His profile brought to you by RCP Block and Brick. Build a dry stream bed in your yard with natural stone. Just call RCP tomorrow. Numbers for Frieri: .220 batting average against. And Bud Black hoping that he can come in and induce a ground ball double play, or better yet, a strikeout. Jonathan Lucroy, the catcher, the batter, with pitcher Gallardo on deck.
Well, Dustin Mosley definitely battled out there tonight. Pitches a little hard out, try to keep his team close. And Frieri, as you mentioned, Dick, 1 pitch away from getting out of this with a double play. Lucroy has grounded into 1 twin killing this year.
Frieri pitched a couple of times in Milwaukee. Gave up a double to Fielder in one of the games. Here's Lucroy, and he gets hit. And what a terrible start. Frieri just hasn't been as sharp the last week and a half or so. Remember, even in Colorado, dropped a ball, a balk that cost the Padres a run, and now he throws Milwaukee a run on a wild first delivery.
He can be erratic at times. And then there are times when guys are kind of like back on their heels, and he'll paint that outside corner with the best of them. But
so the man who walked, the only walk given up by Mosley, now has come around to score on a hit batsman. Still only 1 out, bases loaded, to the pitcher Gallardo. Fly to the infield, shortstop, and struck out. That one way outside.
Sometimes guys will do that. You miss way up and in, and then you overcompensate. It's almost like a guy shooting a free throw.
Exactly.
You throw an air ball, and the next thing you know, it's off the back of the rim or off the glass.
That's a perfect analogy. Base is full, 1 out. 1-1. In case you're just joining us, this is no ordinary hitter as a pitcher. He's one of the best and with a lot of power. Tatsé at third with his double off the right field wall. Betancourt walked intentionally at second. Lucroy at first. Bunted in the air, foul. It's a little safety squeeze in the works.
Now the luxury for that play for the defense, there's a force at home plate, right? So you just shovel past it to Kyle Phillips. It's just a force play, like at first base, unlike where you have to tag the runner if, in fact, he tries to bunt.
And, in fact, it might set up a double play. Catcher to first. 1-2. Oh, he had a good cut, and he's mad at himself for not putting that one in play. Well, let's go to our Cold Hard Blast presented by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer, against Matt Latos here at Petco last year. Here is Gallardo. What a sound. That was one of 4 home runs that he hit last season, Gallardo. 1-2 the count. Low and away, 2-2. Milwaukee capturing the lead 3-2 on a hit batsman with the bases loaded and a chance for much more for the Brewers. And now he's gone to a 3-2 count on the pitcher. And that's got all the Petco faithful a bit nervous. Not to speak of what's happening down in the dugout of the Padres. Struck him out. Well, that's a clutch pitch on 3-2 with the bases full. 2 away. Not out of the woods yet. Ricky Woods comes up. Weeks comes up.
Good fastball, a little bit of tail on it, a little two-seamer, and Gallardo behind it. That is a huge strikeout for Big Earn.
Weeks is struck out. Line to second, a leaping catch made by Gonzalez, a fly ball to center. This man is as strong pound for pound as any player in the league. You watch him take batting practice, and it's stunning how far he hits the ball. And he has 7 home runs to prove it this year. Bases loaded, 2 out now. Infield moves back. Ball 1.
You know, with that delivery of Frieri, we've talked about it before. You know, when he's on around the plate, he can be effective, but because he throws across his body, he kind of comes out of his glove a little violently, and then that has that slinging action. The release point can be off, so he can have spurts of wildness.
Way outside with a curveball. 2-0. Pat Neshek, just recalled from Tucson yesterday, worked in the game at Arizona last night. The sidearmer getting ready. 2-0. Weeks will be looking for something he can drive here. And he fouls it away. So in the inning, after Braun grounded out, Fielder doubled to center. McGee walked. Kotze doubled off the auxiliary scoreboard and right to drive in a run. Betancourt walked intentionally. Frieri replaced Mosley and hit LaCroix with his first pitch to bring in a run and a 3-2 lead. Now the count 2-1 on Ricky Weeks. Two and two. That was a live fastball from Frieri.
A lot of times Frieri will throw that fastball right down the dish, and look at that. You cannot place it in the center of Carl's Jr. pitch tracks, but the hitters just cannot seem to square it up at times. It's that deception.
Two balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded. Struck him out. 91 on the fastball. So he created a problem of his own by hitting LaCroix to knock in the go-ahead run, but then he strikes out Gallardo and Weeks. From the beautiful Diamond View Towers, home of Channel 4 San Diego, our Skycam shot brought to you by Mossy Ford and Mossy Toyota. Visit us in Pacific Beach or online at mossy.com. So the tie-breaking run on a bases-loaded hit batsman of LaCroix. A couple of doubles in the inning for Milwaukee, but they had a lot more brewing. But Frieri finally able to strike out Gallardo and Weeks to end the inning with the bases loaded. He's still mad at himself for hitting LaCroix with his first pitch. Ryan Ludwig, 2-run homer to account for the 2 Padre runs. Singled the first time, so Ludwig 2 for 2. Hiking his average up to a season high at 229. Unable to get to that 94-mile-an-hour fastball. 2-1. Ludwig, then Patterson and Phillips in the bottom of the 6th inning. Three and one. Padres with 5 hits off Gallardo tonight. Ludwig 2 of them, and the big one, the 2-run home run. And he's on.
Ooh.
No, boy, a late call by Foster on that outside pitch.
I think you got a call on that one.
Ludwig thought it was wide. Let's see what pitch track says.
I got ball.
3-2. Out of play. Gallardo over the 100 pitch mark now.
And 9, count them 9 3-ball counts tonight for the Brewer right-hander.
And that one's outside and low. And a leadoff walk to Ludwig. That's the 3rd base on balls from Gallardo. Well, the walk figured in the top half of this inning as McGee came around to score. Let's see if the leadoff walk does the usual damage. As Patterson comes up, he has struck out and sent a deep drive to the warning path at center field, collected by Kotze. What amazing power for such a lithe. He's only about 170 pounds. Trying to bunt. Strike 1. Curveball.
Well, that's a 12-6er from Gallardo. That curveball, that is tough to bunt. Well, first of all, it was a ball. Probably could have laid off, but easier said than done. But that's, if you're going to try to put that pitch in play, good luck.
That was more beat out a base hit than sacrifice.
Yeah.
Fielder creeping in, and he squares 2 sacrifice that time. 1-1. (3-2) Milwaukee here, bottom of the 6th inning. Leadoff walk to Ludwig. There's that big home run swing of Patterson. 1-2. Marco Estrada, right-hander, getting ready for Milwaukee here in the last of the 6th inning. Ron Renicky, the manager, respecting that pitch count up to 105. Struck him out. Oh, he's gone down swinging twice tonight. He's 0 for 3, and that's 8 strikeouts for Gallardo.
Hey, a big key for this Padre team when you look at the bullpens tonight. You know, the Padres with the best bullpen in all of Major League Baseball. ERA 2.22. Milwaukee 14th in the National League with 3.69.
Kyle Phillips grounded hard to second and walked. Well, with Patterson striking out playing center field tonight, Cameron Maben not in the starting lineup. And the Milwaukee media said, oh, what a break to come in here the way Maben beat us up over in Milwaukee. Had that great series, a couple of 4-hit games. To have him out of the lineup, well, what a break for us. And also Will Venable not in the starting lineup. And then you throw in Hundley and Hudson. The Bud Black is a little short-handed tonight.
So the other team's on a power play.
That's right. It's like having your best skaters in the penalty box.
Yep. Time to pull the goalie?
Every time, ever since you found out what icing the puck was, you're all over hockey, aren't you? 1-0 to Phillips. He's got the power to change things. Fielder with that unusual way he plays first base. No one else.
Kind of in between.
Yeah, it doesn't stay on the bag.
Right.
Has a full step in front of the bag. It gives him a little better chance to get the balls in the hole. Fouled away.
No, you're right, Dick. It enables him to get in that fielding position rather than being at the bag totally and then taking 3 or 4, maybe 5 shuffle steps to get off the bag. And you know, he's a good enough athlete to where if Gallardo tends to throw over, he can get the baseball and go back to the bag and try to tag him. You know, Ludwig doesn't have a Ricky Henderson lead by any means, so the threat of him going, not really there. Although, you never know.
Well, we told you LaCroix has only thrown out 1 of 17 base stealers this season, 16 successful. Well, more than that. Padres have a steal tonight? Yes, they do. No? Strike 2. Still got the speed, 94. Strong-armed young right-hander, this 25-year-old from Texas. Well, we're going to see some more this weekend. Padres going to get both Hernandez and Pineda, the young right-hander for Seattle that everyone's raving about. Fouled away. Say he throws it up to 99 miles an hour.
Nice little 1-2 punch. King Felix and Pineda in that rotation for the M's.
In case you're making your plans, Friday night for the Padres, it'll be Latos, Richard on Saturday, and Stauffer on Sunday. Pineda will go on Saturday and Hernandez Sunday. In the dirt, almost got away from LaCroix. 2-2 the count. Manager Renicky being very patient here with a 3-2 lead. Gallardo now at 111 pitches. But he hasn't lost any velocity on the fastball, so that may be influencing his decision to keep him in there.
And the question is, can he maintain the same location with that fastball? It might be 93, 94, but if it's down the middle, he can get hurt.
Down the middle, strike 3. It's Phillips who gets hurt. 9 strikeouts now for Gallardo. Now the bottom of the order having trouble against Gallardo.
Oh, according to Carl's Jr. pitch track, it's right at the knees from the side. It looks like it's below the knees, though, doesn't it? What do you think, Dick?
Yeah, we've been calling that a strike all year.
Yeah. Good point.
So 1 out, or 2 out rather, on strikeouts, Patterson and Phillips. And Ludwig still at first base. And Gonzalez up. He singled to right and popped to first. So he's been late on Gallardo's fastball. He gets a curveball to start him. 3-2. Milwaukee leads it here in the 6th. There's no certainty that Venable nor Maven are available even to pinch hit. I mean, that's kind of been kept silent. You don't want to tip off your hand. Bounce right back to Gallardo. And the lower end of the batting order unable to produce after the leadoff walk to Ludwig. He's left at first base after 6. Milwaukee 3, San Diego 2. By Subway. Come in for Subway's Orchard Chicken Salad Sandwich. That's the one featuring tender chicken, apples, and cranberries, and all kinds of flavor with less than 8 grams of fat. Get it before it's gone. Subway. Eat fresh. Luke Gregerson comes in from the bullpen to work the 7th inning and will face Hart, Braun, and Fielder. Luke 1-1 as Dustin Mosley pitches well, but not exactly in good luck tonight. 5 1/3 innings, 3 runs, 2 earned, 6 hits, walked 1, came around to score, struck out 3, and charged with the run. Frieri hitting LaCroix with the bases loaded. Frieri 2/3 of an inning, the 1-hit batsman, and a couple of strikeouts. So a close game, and so often that's been the case here at Petco. 1 and 2 run decisions, the normal.
And it's really tough to pitch consistently outing by outing to where there's no room for error. You know, whether it's defensively or you make a mistake or whatever the case may be. When the games are close like that, you feel like you have to throw 9 goose eggs up there to win a ball game.
And for Mosley, who's suffered under lack of support, a run and a half per start, he gets only 2 on the 2-run homer by Ludwig tonight and leaves the game behind 3-2. That ball hit deep to left center field. Ludwig trying to track it down, can't get there. One hops the fence. Hart on his way to third, and they drop the relay. Bartlett unable to handle the relay. Might have had a chance too. So a leadoff triple greets Luke Gregerson, as Corey Hart is 3 for 4 tonight. A couple of singles and a triple.
Well, he's got the pop, and that one looked like it even sounded like it was off the end of the bat just a little bit. And Corey Hart, for a big man, yeah, he's got some speed. And, you know, I was looking at Bartlett when he did not come up with that short hop. I don't know if he would have had him at third base. That was the first pitch swinging Corey Hart on that triple.
A chance to add to their 3-2 advantage. No one out, and Hart at third. Infield will play halfway. Braun is 0 for 3. Struck out, safe on an error, and grounded out, and swings and misses. Well, Hart plays in a triple yard there, Miller Field. That's his first triple of the season. He uses the deep stretches of Petco. And Braun with 33 RBIs, no one out, a man at third. Lines that one foul down the right field line.
And Luke's got to be careful. He missed with location on that one. Quickly ahead 0-2 to Braun, but that's not where he wanted to throw that last pitch.
Prince Fielder on deck. So the 2 big RBI men, who together have more runs driven in than any pair in the National League, have a chance to add to the Milwaukee advantage here in the 7th inning. Line drive, left field. Ludwig can't get it. Scoring easily. Hart, Braun to second. And Ryan Braun makes it a 4-2 game. 34 RBIs for the Milwaukee All-Star. Gregerson touched up a triple and double.
You know, that looked like it. I don't know whether he wanted to throw a fastball in, but once again, Luke missing with location. Too fat of a pitch, just out of the reach. I mean, off the right-handed bat of Braun, that ball is hooking, and hit well out of the reach of Ludwig.
Brings up Prince Fielder. Scored 2 runs tonight. Hit by a pitch, safe on a fielder's choice and scored, and doubled and scored.
But that pitch to Braun just looked like it was a flat pitch. Didn't have a lot of movement. I don't know whether it was a slider that just backed up or if he was trying to spot a fastball.
7th inning, no one out. Braun with the RBI double, 4-2 Milwaukee. This Brew Crew trying to win their 8th game on the road all year against 16 losses. Swing and a miss. Slider at 78. Big run out at second base. You want to keep that runner from coming home. Milwaukee's doubled the lead now, 4-2. Late swing. 90-mile-an-hour fastball. These Brewers, as we told you, they just hit a lot of doubles, and now they've got a triple as well. A couple of doubles in the last inning to score twice, and now a triple and a double here in the 7th. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Prince Fielder.
Well, the triple that we just saw and the double that we just saw pretty much tells you a lot about this Brewer team going into this ball game. They rank in the National League 3rd in total bases and 3rd in slugging percentage. So chances are when they put the ball in play, it's extra bases.
A lot of muscle in the middle of that lineup. Well, it starts at the top. Weeks has 7 home runs. Leadoff man. Back with the 1-2. Ground ball right up the middle. Drawn around third. Patterson's throw won't even be close. 5-2. Yeah, they're playing a little game of competition between them. Braun gets an RBI, 34. Fielder answers with an RBI, 33. So they've gone triple, double, single to greet Gregerson, who's got Fielder now at first base and still no one out.
Yeah, it looks like Luke Gregerson just doesn't have the crosshairs on that catcher's mitt, not hitting his spots all that well. Because with that ball hit to the right side, Fielder beats the shift. It wasn't even near one of the infielders. He got a pitch out and over the plate, pulled it to the second baseman side of second base for the RBI single.
So we've gone from a tight game, 3-2. It was 2-1 an inning ago. So now the Brewers trying to pound away and build a substantial lead. 3 already, up by 3. 2 runs in the 6th to overcome the 2-1 lead. Build on Ludwig's 2-run homer. 2 more here against Gregerson in the 7th inning. McGee, a single and a walk tonight. 1 for 2 and scored. And Gregerson behind on the count, 2-0. Bullpen is busy for San Diego. High fly. This is playable. Patterson into right center. Tagging and going halfway to second base and scampering back as Fielder. 1 away. Evan Scribner, young right-hander, starts to throw for San Diego. Brings up Mark Kotze. He's done some damage. An RBI single, RBI double of Scribner, as you can see, getting ready. Kotze grounded to short the first time, lined an RBI single to left in the 4th for the first Milwaukee run, an unearned run. Doubled off the right field wall to knock in another in the 6th inning. Former Cal State star. Pops him up. Watch out. Oh. Phillips didn't know where the ball was. Gregerson was calling for it, and then Hop came down late. And an ugly development occurred.
And you know what? Quite honestly, I think Luke Gregerson should take charge on that and catch it himself. He seemed to be the position player in the best position. As we take a look, Brad Hop, you know, he's almost camped under it. I don't know what was going on as far as communication, but you're right. Kyle Phillips did not have a bead on that ball as soon as the ball was hit up into the air.
So Gregerson thought, well, at the last minute he must see it by now. He didn't, and by that time Hop coming in actually knocked Gregerson off the catch.
It actually looked like Luke was camped under that and ready to make the catch. Now, with that said, I don't know whether somebody called him off or not, but that's been one of my, I don't want to call it a pet peeve, but I don't understand why more pitchers don't take charge in the center of the diamond when a ball is hit up in the air.
Yeah, they can catch the ball.
Exactly.
Official scoring is no play. There's no error on the play. And the count now on Kotsay, 2-1.
And all I can go off of is the read of 3 players going for that pop-up. I don't know what the communication was between all 3 of them. But it's a ball that should have been caught.
So 1 out, and it's like an extra out for Kotsay and the Brewers. And he takes a strike, 2-2. Kotsay, a Titan at Cal State Fullerton, and a member of the '96 U.S. Olympic team. Another base hit. Straight away to center field, so given a second life, Kotsay takes advantage, and he's 3 for 4 tonight. Fielder moves up to second. 4 hits in the inning. And Unieski Betancourt steps to the plate. He's tapped to the mound, fly to right, and was walked intentionally to load the bases last inning, and that's when Frieri came in and hit LaCroix with the first pitch to break the 2-2 tie. But the Brewers have added 2 here in the 7th and trying to get more. First and second, 1 out. Ball 1. Backed him off with a fastball.
You know, another thing you hate to see is the long innings with relievers like Gregerson, right? Mike Adams. Usually these guys are out there, and we're spoiled, right? I mean, they've had great years, and they're going to have little blips on the radar every now and then. Mulligans, if you want to call them that. But like you like to see him get out there and get right back in the dugout.
Double play would help the situation, wouldn't it? Get out of this inning, and Padres still with 3 at bats to come. Betancourt has knocked into 4 double plays this year. They're walking out playing Woolworths 5 and 10.
Huh. That's going old school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Gretzky's. 5 runs, 10 hits for the men from Milwaukee. High pop up, back of short. Ludwig in and calls off Bartlett for the out. 2 away. And that'll bring up Jonathan LaCroix, who was grounded out twice and hit by a pitch to knock in a run. Credited with a RBI. Bases loaded. Hit by pitch. His 16th run batted in. Crowd tonight is 16,901 at Petco. On a rather cool Wednesday night. I've been thinking this is Monday all week. I think coming back from a road trip, it just feels like this should be Monday.
You're right.
We just lose track on the road anyway, so what does it matter? LaCroix starts tonight at 326, the best Brewer average. Fouls it off. We're in the 8th inning, top of the 8th at Dodger Stadium. The Giants lead the Dodgers 4-2. Giants trying to creep back into first place after Colorado lost 2-1 in Philadelphia tonight. Arizona and Atlanta are in extra innings. 10th inning tied at 3 in Phoenix. Another foul. Cardinals beat Houston again 5-1. They were just out of first place in the Central Division, where Milwaukee rests in third place. Cincinnati leading there. We'll see St. Louis 3 games Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday here at Petco. Way outside. Cincinnati leading by 1.5 games over St. Louis at the start tonight. And they played Pittsburgh. Cincinnati did tonight at home.
The Redlegs got shut out by the Buccos, 5-0.
So St. Louis has a chance to creep up half game from first.
Hey, those Reds going into tonight playing good baseball. Won 8 out of the last 10. Had a 5-game winning streak going into tonight.
Milwaukee 20-22 on the season. Started tonight 5 games out of first, just as the Padres started 5 games out of first. Although their record not quite as good as Milwaukee, 18-24. So 1-2 on LaCroix. Fielder still out at second. Kotsay at first. Struck him out. But 8 men come to bat for Milwaukee in the 7th inning. 2 of them come home on a triple, double, and a single. 2 men left. 5-2 Brewers.
Second at 105 for U.S. Navy Appreciation Day, presented by USAA. Honor the brave men and women who protect our country. The first 8,000 kids 14 and younger will take home a Padres cap, presented by Northgate Gonzalez Market. Get your tickets today and save only at Padres.com.
Marco Estrada comes in to pitch the 7th inning as Giovanni Gallardo, 6 innings, 2 runs, both earned, 5 hits, 3 walks, struck out 9. And the first man that Estrada will face is Cameron Maben. Maben with that tender knee, not in the lineup the last 2 nights. He wants to play, but runs so hard. Carlos Gomez in the double switch goes into center field for Kotsay, and you can put Gomez in the pitcher spot, number 9. Maben, who wore out the Brewers in the 3-game series in Milwaukee, as memory serves me, he had 10 hits in the 3 games.
Well, when you look at Estrada on the mound for the Brewers, fastball curve change, low 90s on that fastball, always working from the stretch. Padres hoping to make him look like Eric Estrada from Chips.
I'm incorrect. 5 hits for Maben. Then he got another 4-hit game, the first game in Colorado. And continuing a hot string. But hit the ball hard in Milwaukee. Takes ball 2. Estrada, .230 batting average against. Maben trying to get something going. The Padres once leading 2-1. I've seen the Brewers score 2 in the 6th and 2 here in the 7th. And a high pop foul back of the plate. Catcher LaCroix has a play. 1 away. Oh, he was staggering under that as the ball, not only the rotation bringing it back toward the playing field, but the wind playing some tricks with it. Chris Denorfia, the leadoff man, is next.
You know, Dick, I mentioned that Estrada goes from the stretch. It's kind of an abbreviated delivery. He stands squarely on the mound, and then he will deliberately go into. Oh, now he wants a new onion. He'll stand on the mound and then kind of just turn as if he is in the stretch position, very deliberately, and pause, and then go into his leg kick. Very unorthodox. See, it looks like he's going for the windup there. He'll get the sign, and then turn. Kick.
And sends in a strike. Denorfio's 0 for 3 tonight. 2 ground outs and a strikeout.
So do you call that a windup or the stretch?
Abbreviated.
There you go.
Wind up. Denorfia, beautiful bunt. They won't get him. So another bunt single by the Padres. Chase Headley with a bunt single tonight. That was in the 5th inning.
Once again, placed perfectly. And that was a breaking ball as well. And Chris Denorfia, he was running inside the chalk line there. It does not come into play on this play, but that's why that runner's lane is down there. Try to stay in that runner's lane. So, because if you're inside that and you get hit, they can bang you.
Bartlett walked and flied out, struck out tonight. In the dirt, Denorfia. What? He's out of there. So LaCroix recovering, throwing to second base. And here comes Buddy Black. He's not convinced that his runner was out. We'll see it on the replay as he argues with second base umpire Tim Tashida.
You know, initially I thought Denorfia got his hand in there. We'll take a look.
Ball by hitting Bartlett kept it close.
Oh my gosh.
He hit him way up on the shoulder. His hand was already on the bag. There's his hand. There's his tag. No, that's not even close.
You know what we've seen a lot of these days? He's clearly safe, folks. Clearly. These umpires that just because the ball beats them, they have to bang them. Chris Denorfia did a nice job of trying to slide towards the outfield part of the bag, to the furthest away from the tag. He is clearly safe. Now maybe from Cheetah's vantage
he's got
point,
a perfect view, though.
Yeah.
He's looking right at it. He's in good position. He just makes a bad call.
Yeah, that's a missed call. He was safe.
But they're always right.
Hey, don't get me wrong. You know, umpire's a tough gig.
Oh,
okay?
it's a terribly tough job.
99.9% of the time they get the call right.
It's just that in this last 10 games, there's been just a series of calls that have been misjudged. And maybe you only see the ones that go against your team, the Padres in this case, but there have been some rough ones. Bartlett. 3-1 now on Bartlett. That's a big out because, you know, man on, one swing.
Sure.
Get a couple of runs in a hurry.
Yep.
And there's a hit. So that would have been a run. Single to left center for Bartlett. So his hitting streak goes to 10 straight. Yeah, the right call, and it's now a 5-3 game, and the tying run's coming to the plate.
And Bartlett would have extended that RBI streak.
That's right. Yeah, it would have been 10 in a row. I don't know if they do or not. I would think that if you're a professional, whatever the business is, especially in sports, if you have an opportunity with video replay to go in after a game and judge your work, players do it, managers do it, umpires, I would hope they do, so they see that they're not always right. Nothing you can do about it, but you have a sense of arrogance about umpires that is worrisome. That a good umpire would come out the next day and say, hey, you know what, I really blew one to the manager, and I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I'm human. I want to get them all right. I'm curious as to whether that happens much anymore. Easy roller right to the bag. The fielder just has to grab the ball, and his momentum touches the bag, and the inning is over. Padres get 2 hits, but nothing else. Lead 1. Please stay tuned. The Saquon Casino postgame show from our Channel 4 studios. Jenny Kavnar and John Weisbarth standing by tonight. Saquon Casino, that's your getaway for the day place. Saquon Casino. Evan Scribner, the young right-hander, comes in to work the top of the 8th inning, and he will first face Carlos Gomez, inserted into the lineup on the double switch the last inning.
No, the young right-hander with the big 12-6 curveball. And he pitched well since he's been at the big league level. Opponent's hitting 270. Like to see that go down a little bit. He's around the plate with only 2 walks. More hits than innings pitched, but this is a good opportunity. It's still a close ball game. Padres only trailing by 3, so see if Evan can keep him close here.
Carlos Gomez, the center fielder, will be first to bat in the 9th spot. Gomez hitting .229 on the year, a couple of home runs and a dozen RBIs. And then the top of the order, Weeks and Hart. Corey Hart with 3 hits and Mark Kotze with 3 to lead the Brewers tonight. Padres 2 runs on a single by Hop and a 2-run home run. Ryan Ludwig, his 8th of the year. Push bunt. And Hop couldn't. Did he get no? Rule foul. I was going to say, try to get it on the line before it kicked foul, but plate umpire Marty Foster ran out to signal foul, and it did appear to be foul before Hop gloved it. Let's see.
No, I think it's the right call. He tried to get to it so he could tag, but that ball is, from our vantage point there, it looks like the ball was on the foul side. Yeah. I thought I saw dirt in between baseball dirt and line. What do you think, Dave?
Tough call, but a good one.
Yeah.
The right call. He's going to bunt again. They tried to push a bunt, then tried to drag one. See what he has in mind now with 2 strikes. Brewers scored first tonight in the 4th inning, an unearned run knocked in by a Kotsay single. 1-2 the count. Padres answered in the 4th, a hop single and a 2-run home run, Ryan Ludwig. But it's been the Brewers in the 6th and 7th, 2 runs in each of those innings for a 5-2 lead. Pops him up. Hop. 1 away.
I'm glad that webbing and Brad Hopp's glove is secure on that one.
Yeah, for the 2nd time in a week, a thrown ball went right through the webbing.
I think it's global warming. The leather isn't as strong as it used to be, so therefore the gloves are breaking a little bit more. Maybe not.
Yeah, some of those cows aren't getting the exercise they used to out in the range. It's toughing them up. Ricky Weeks 0 for 4, a couple of strikeouts, a line out, robbed of a hit by Gonzalez, and a fly ball to center. Takes a strike. Inside.
I love that curveball from Scribner. It's just one of those pitches that you really don't see a lot of anymore. Very few guys have that 12-6 hard curveball.
There it is again, grounded to third. Headley closes it off and throws him out. 2 gone here in the top of the 8th. Corey Hart. Swinging bunt single, stole a base, fly to right, singled through the hole on the left side and tripled to left center. That led off the last inning, and he came around to score on Braun's double, and Braun came home on Fielder's single as the Brewers moved from 3-2 to 5-2. There's that curveball in the dirt. Well, fans watching here in Channel 4 San Diego and here in the ballpark at Petco tonight must be wondering, well, where has that hitting team gone? They go out on the road and lead the majors in hits and scoring runs. They come home and struggling again. Another chance for Headley. And Scribner works a 1-2-3 8th inning. Good for the young guy. Last of the 8th, trailing by 3. It'll be Hop, Ludwig, and Patterson for the Padres. Ron Renicky, the manager, first year for the Brewers, takes us to our comparison. It's brought to you by the San Diego Toyota dealers. We've got what it takes. Jekyll and Hyde are the Brewers, as are the Padres for that matter. On the road, 7-16, more losses than any National League team, and solid at home, 13-6.
And when you look at this lineup, what was the thing that I mentioned in the pregame show? Their MO is go for the long ball. They've got some big hitters. Miller Park, hitter's paradise. They square it up there. You don't even have to get it that well on the bat, and it's going to go. And there you see the record of the Milwaukee Brewers, home and road.
LaTroy Hawkins comes in to pitch the 8th inning and will face Hop, Ludwig, and Patterson. The veteran right-hander into his 10th game. Hadn't given up much, just 1 run in his 9 innings, earned run. And the first pitch, a soft ground ball to second, and playing out in shallow right field. Weeks had to race in and glove it and throw out Hop.
Well, we saw LaTroy twirl in Milwaukee. He can still flip it up there, mid-90s. Fastball, curve, slider, change. Good veteran presence in that bullpen for the Brewers.
Ludwig, a single in the second that handcuffed the shortstop Betancourt, and then his 8th home run of the year into the left field seats in the 4th with Hop aboard for the only 2 runs for San Diego. And he hits this one well to left, but it won't go beyond Braun, who gloves it for the second out. So 2 quick outs for Hawkins, and here's Eric Patterson. Patterson struck out a couple of times tonight and fly deep to center.
See if Eric Patterson takes a strike here against Hawkins. Two pitches, 2 outs, right? Got to take here.
That ties a record.
Yeah.
Strike 1. Ten hits and 57 at bats for Patterson. Figures out at 175. One and one, a curveball down low. That last inning still scratches at you, doesn't it? The fact that the Padres could have had another run if the call had been right at second. There's that big swing, 1-2. Patterson with good speed. One and two. And he loops this one in the shallow left. It'll fall for a base hit. Curveball and able to dump it into left field. Padres now with their 8th hit of the night. First for Patterson, and that brings up Kyle Phillips.
Well, he wanted to bounce that one. Saw LaCroix before that pitch kind of put his glove on the ground, indicating to Hawkins that he wanted to bounce it, being ahead in the count.
Phillips has grounded sharply to second, walked and struck out tonight.
Have a little 2-out thunder here.
Out of play. Alberto Gonzalez is on deck. Maven has been used and fouled out to the catcher. Venable, we understand, is available to pinch hit. Runner goes. Taken. The throw by LaCroix. High. Good bluff by Betancourt. As if the ball had gotten away, hoping that Patterson might get up and spray from the bag.
Well, the ball beat him, so I thought they were going to bang him there at second base. Had to wait and see. Let's take a look. Pretty good. Yeah, the ball beat him. But yeah, nice decoy by Bencourt, huh?
Yeah, it was. Patterson's 4th steal of the season. No, base hit can cut the lead to 2.
He didn't sell it. See, that was kind of like a courtesy kick. You know, as a pitcher, if you really want to try to get that guy, you got to sell it. Use your regular leg kick and then spin and turn towards second base. You do not have to throw the ball to second base. Just give him a good move. You have to be a salesman.
In the dirt. 90 on the fastball from Hawkins. 2-1 to Kyle Phillips. Big gap in right center field for Phillips.
Yeah, if he can get something soft. You know, Hawkins is throwing that curveball over the plate, pull it that way. I'll tell you, if Kyle Phillips hits it to the right center field gap, he might make it to first base for a single.
2-1. Low again. So a pitch away from walking Phillips to bring the tying run to the plate.
I'm guessing Hawkins is going to try to keep the ball away from Kyle here. You don't want to leave anything in the middle of the plate, something they could turn on and hit to that short porch down the right field line. Guessing something hard away.
And he was late on the swing on that fastball at 92. So full count to Kyle Phillips. Padres running out of outs. 2 gone here in the 8th inning. Patterson with a single and a steal at second. 5-2 Milwaukee. And the count full now on Kyle Phillips. Walked him. Well, 2 outs, a single and a walk. Tying run comes to the plate. Gonzalez called back by manager Buddy Black. And he sends up Jorge Cantu. A man with some power. And we'll see what counter is in play here for Milwaukee, if there is one.
I think it's going to be Hawkins-Cantu matchup. Rick Kranitz, the pitching coach, having a chat with both pitcher and catcher here. A little scouting report. Hey, we all know that Jorge loves the fastball, right? Doesn't mean that Hawkins cannot throw the fastball.
Cantu with 3 home runs this year. And Will Venable comes out of the dugout swinging the leaded bat on deck circle. Cantu hitting 286 off the bench, 4 for 14 as a pinch hitter, and Venable hoping he gets a chance to swing here in the 8th inning. 2 on, 2 out. Padres trailing 5-2 here in the home half of the 8th inning. Up high, ball 1. Started in with a hanging curveball, but it was up in his eyes.
Ryan Braun just backed up about 3 steps in left field. As that count goes into the hitter's favor. We got a pinch runner at first, huh?
Rob Johnson running for Kyle Phillips, and then will stay in the game behind the plate. Not paying an awful lot of attention to the base runners. Would they dare a double steal? One and 0 to Cantu. Right down the middle with a fastball. Jorge hitting .210. He's had 100 at bats, 21 base hits, 3 of those home runs, a couple of doubles. One pitch. Fouls it away. Curveball again. They're just not going to give him a good fastball, although he took a fastball 1-0 pitch.
But it was good. It was good location. It was down and away, about knee high. Jorge's looking, first of all, he wants to get on base. Secondly, if he can get a pitch that's a fat one, drive it out of this ballpark for a 3-run shot. But the main objective, obviously, is to get on base here, load him up, or possibly get a base hit, drive in a run, keep it going.
Hawkins ahead on the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball right at the shortstop Betancourt. The easy force, and the inning is over. No runs a hit. Couple left to the 9th. Milwaukee 5, Padres 2.
Milwaukee leads San Diego 5-2. And a friendly reminder, don't forget to tune in tomorrow for the Honda Dealers pregame show at 6:30 right here from Petco Park. A recap of tonight's game, all the chatter from the Padres dugout, and Scans keys to a Padres victory tomorrow on the Honda Dealers pregame show. Dick.
All right, and don't forget postgame show right after our action tonight here. Sequan Casino postgame show as Rob Johnson stays in the game, replacing Phillips behind the plate. Cantu, first time at second base on the season. And Patterson still in center field. 9th inning. Scribner, who retired the side in order, kept them all on the infield in the 8th inning, now faces the heart of the order, Braun, Fielder, and McGee in the top of the 9th. Braun with an RBI double his last at bat, his 34th run driven in. Takes a strike. There's that curveball. So the Padres, Mosley started, went 5 1/3. Frieri 2/3 of an inning. Gregerson worked a rocky 1 inning, gave up 2 runs and 4 hits. And now Scribner into his 2nd inning of work.
Boy, after that 2-run shot by Ryan Ludwig, Padres just couldn't seem to get anything going.
Ground ball to short. Bartlett for the out. Braun really gets up that line, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He can run.
1 for 5 for Braun tonight, but an RBI double, and he scored. Came home on Fielder's single, and here's Prince Fielder. He's 2 for 3 with a hit batsman. Scored 2 runs, knocked in 1. Strike 1. And it's got everyone in that clubhouse scratching their head how the Padres can go on the road on the season hitting .265 and at home here .206.
You know what, Dick?
Another ground ball. Hop to Scribner for the 3-1 put up. For 5 in a row retired by Evan Scribner.
I'll go out there on a limb and say this. I don't have an answer, and I'm serious. I mean, because if I don't know the answer to a question, I'm not going to try to dance around it and say something to make me look like, like I'm talking circles. I don't have an answer for that.
Well, that's rhetorical. What happens? That's
sometimes there are questions in baseball you just can't answer, and I'm not going to try to make something up. It's just one of those things.
One of the hopes of the road trip was that the team would come back feeling so good about all the hits. Everyone got in the action, and that it would carry over.
Right.
And here they are, 2 runs on 8 hits, unable to score except for Ludwig's 2-run homer. Curveball misses. 2-0 to McGee.
I learned a long time ago in high school, a teacher of mine, very influential teacher. He was my English teacher, Mr. Jantz. He said, you know what, if you don't know the answer to something, be proud enough to say, you know what, can't answer that, don't know.
Well, you could apply that answer to a lot of things that happened here in this game. I don't know how it happened.
Yeah.
It's just a crazy game. Trying to hit that round ball with a round bat squarely. Pops him up. In from third, calling is Headley. How about young Scribner? 6 up, 6 down. So he holds the fort. Padres come up for their final turn. They'll hit 9, 1, and 2 in the last of the 9th. The 9th inning, our hit of the game, brought to you by El Cajon Ford. As Tony Gwynn says, nobody beats El Cajon Ford. Shop online at elcajonford.com. And it was Ryan Braun with a double over Ludwig's glove to drive in a run that made it 4-2 in the 7th inning. And then Braun came around on Fielder's single. And against Luke Gregerson, the Brewers had built a 5-2 advantage, and here is their closer now, John Axford, the young right-hander who took over for Trevor Hoffman. Hoffman helped mentor him. One of the outstanding stories of a kid that just would not quit in his love for the game and has become a outstanding reliever, and he's got tremendous firepower. That first pitch at 95, and he'll get it up 97, 98. He was out of baseball, selling cell phones, bartender, had arm surgery. Will Venable falls behind 2 strikes. 96 on that delivery. Played in the independent league. And just slowly caught an eye here and there, and people saw the power arm that he possesses. From Canada. And played, of course, you got to play. I mean, it's in the, as soon as you're born, it's in the bylaws of the Commonwealth there. You got to play hockey if you're
absolutely. Canadian. Well, he's 9 for 11 in save opportunities, John Axford. And as you mentioned, Dick, that fastball up around 96, 97 to go along with a curveball, slider, and a changeup.
He has given up some runs in 17 and a third innings. He's given up 9 earned runs, so he's not been perfect. But has had the 9 saves and 1 loss. Inside, 1-2. Went to Notre Dame and then had Tommy John surgery his junior year, so only pitched a couple of games as a senior, so everyone discounted his professional career. 1-2 the count. And goes to the breaking ball, and that freezes Venable. First strikeout, Axford. That's 10 strikeouts tonight for the Brewer pitching, 9 by the starter Giovanni Gallardo, who stands to win his 5th game of the year. Top of the order, DeNorfia.
Tell you what, that's tough hitting right there. You're talking 96 fastball and then the nose to toes breaking ball.
Bunt single the last time, and that ball by Fielder. And DeNorfia won't gamble on trying to stretch that. He's got his 2nd hit tonight. Well, that'll maintain his average up near 350. Jason Bartlett, 1 for 3. Extending his hitting streak to 10 straight games. But his RBI streak at 9 in jeopardy unless he tags one here.
Yeah, I hate to sound like a broken record, but you know, 9 hits tonight for San Diego, only 1 extra base hit, the home run.
Well, I concur. I can't help but reflect back on the run that the Padres didn't get on the call in the 7th inning. A 5-3 game here in the 9th with a man at first is a lot different than 5-2. It changed the complexion of these late innings. And there's a shot up the middle for a base hit for Bartlett. Well, he's 2 for 4, continuing his solid hitting. Padres now with 10 hits. And the tying run comes to the plate here in the bottom of the 9th. Chase Headley with Brad Hopp on deck. That ball was shot to center off the bat of Bartlett.
Well, we talked about it last road trip. We talked about it all along. The Padres in the 8th and 9th inning, that's when they're most prolific. 24 total runs scored in the 8th, 20 total runs scored in the 9th. The 5th, they scored 21. So I take that back. But still, scoring a lot late in the ball game. Rally caps are out. Get the rally shillelaghs out as well.
16,901. Still with hope here at Petco. The Padre fans as Headley steps in. 2 on, 1 out. Representing the tying run. And takes low ball 1. Brad Hopp on deck. Headley with a bunt single in his 4 at-bats. 2 hits for DeNorfia, Bartlett, and Ludwig to lead the San Diego attack. As as they've matched the hit total for the Brewers at 10. In the dirt, 2-0. Breaking ball. Headley gets on there. Hoff would represent the winning run. Bud Black hoping that Headley, who has a good eye, patient hitter, can work his way aboard, load him up. 2-0.
No.
High strike, 95 miles an hour.
That's not a strike.
We don't have pitch tracks, but
I think it's off the plate a little bit. That's just one man's opinion.
tough angle. 2-1.
Only takes one, though, right, Dick?
That's right. Action pitch with 2 on. Threw it right by him at 94. He just can overpower hitters. Axford. I hope he'll make a mistake. Runners lead away. Headley with a count 2-2, representing the tying run here in the bottom of the 9th inning. In the dirt, goes to the breaking ball. So the curveball, except for the one that froze Venable to strike him out to lead off the inning, he hasn't thrown a strike with it.
Look what the count is, Dick.
Count, full count is there again. The question is, what's he going to do with it?
I got to think fastball here.
Base hits by Denorfia and Bartlett with 1 out in the 9th. Present the opportunity for the Padres, trailing 5-2. And the full count pitch to Headley. Fouls it off. 94 in the fastball. Hoff hoping he'll get a chance on deck. Came through with that dramatic 2-run home run in the 9th inning with 2 outs in Colorado to win it on Saturday. Three and 2. Struck him out. Foul tip into the glove of LaCroix. 3 times tonight, Headley's gone down on strikes.
He just challenged it with a fastball. And even though he misses with location, he ties up Chase Headley. He wanted that one down and away. My point being, you throw 94 to 96. You challenge guys. Right? He doesn't want to try to get cute and walk him, load the bases. He went with his best pitch and got him to swing through it.
Right at the top of the strike zone. Tough pitch to get out on. Get out in front. So 2 on, 2 out to Brad Hopp. Hopp with a single. Scored a run behind Ludwig's home run in the 4th. Struck out, fly to center, and grounded to second. There's a power hitter against a power pitcher. Representing the tying run. 2 away in the 9th. Misses with a curveball. 1-0. That's when you don't want to miss in the middle of the plate. Strike. That's right where he wanted it, outside corner.
Situations like this, I've always thought runners have to be aware of a pickoff. A guy coming in behind you, thrown behind the runner, that always has to be in the back of your head.
Lead on that swing, and that's his top effort at 97 miles an hour.
And in a case like this, when Axford's throwing 97, 98 possibly, no need to try to pick a guy off. It's all in this guy's hands right here.
That was right down the middle, right where Hop wanted it, but he just couldn't catch up with that 97 mile an hour. Down to their final strike now. Struck him out, and the Brewers have won the opener 5-2. Axford with a tying run at the plate strikes out Headley and strikes out Hop to close out the win for the Milwaukee Brewers, who have now squared the 4 games they played 2-all. And we'll play the final game of this brief set tomorrow. We'll be back with the totals. Brewers win it 5-2.